Using the cool gear, love. No marketing. BS money side price wash. Synth Quiz and news. So sit back, relax. Enjoy your favorite crew. Synth Geekery show. Synth Geekery's where it's at. So join the channel and come on for a chat.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Synth Geekery, episode 309. It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have everybody watching on the replay as well. So do shout out if you guys are one of those. But we're here right now. We're live. Let's do the show. Let's welcome the guests. Daren and Andy and Ian and Chris. How are you boys? You good?
Great, thanks, mate.
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
All good here.
We've got actually Brooksy's just jumped into Zoom, so I'm just double checking to see if his video's working yet. Doesn't look like it is, but he says he's in there. Let me just let's get his audio on. Just because he's just come in, I just need to enable his audio. His audio's on. Brooksy, can you hear us? So I'm not sure if he can hear us. Okay, that's fine. Let's chuck him in down the bottom left. Layers. Zoom. Zoom. Guest 1. Bang. There he is. And we get rid of that. There's Brooksy. Now we need to see if we can hear him. That's the next challenge. Okay, audio is on. Audio's on, but we can't hear you yet. Do you want me to move you to the left a little bit, buds?
I can't hear anything.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh,
There we go. Whatever you just did, do that again. Zoom guest 1. Let's pan him to the left a bit. And we'll crop him to the right so we don't cover up Chris. There you go. You're in the middle now, mate. Audio was working for a second there, and then you said you can't hear anything. Well, he can't hear us, probably, guys. That's probably what he's saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'll let him sort that out. Zoom's a bit of a bitch, actually, to be fair.
There's a pain. Yeah.
Pig.
Oh, he's joined me again. Okay. Let's change him into this one. See if that works. He's joined me again. Or should I do it the other way around? Do that one. And then Andrew's in. Oh, it might be Andrew, the other Andrew. Okay, guys, I'm just going to be sorting out all this. So why don't we go to this view? We'll go to this view. Let's get everyone in.
Excellent.
Layers. Okay, we can go. Right, I can hear lots of people drinking and chatting and stuff. All good. Zoom guest 1. There's Andy. Zoom guest 2. Zoom guest 2 and guest 2. Andrew. Andrew's camera's not working, but let's see. His audio's working. Andrew Longhurst, I'm guessing, is the Andrew, and Andy Brooks is there. Yeah, there's Andrew. Yay! Can you hear us, Andrew?
Pardon?
Yes, you can. You can hear us. Brooksy's still trying to get. Nah, it's Brooksy. It's your end, buddy. It's not our end. And we mean that in the nicest way.
Yeah, you say that.
We do. Nice to have you guys. Right at the nick of the show. So, Andrew, is this the first time you've been on the show, mate? I can't remember.
It's the first time you've let me in. We had a bit of a kerfuffle once or twice with Zoom not seeing me and stuff, but this is the first time on the show proper. It's great to be here. Really good to see you all. Hi, Andy. How are you?
How you doing?
Hi, Andrew.
And hi, Mr. Brooks.
Nice to have Brooksy there, but he's looking puzzled. The poor fellow. He's trying to work out what's going on. I feel terrible. Yeah.
It's the heat.
Now, for those who don't know, Andrew, he's in the bottom right-hand corner. He's one of the hosts of the Pro Synth Network, among other many talents that he has. So, give him a bit of a plug.
Really?
Give him a plug, Andrew, while you're here.
Okay, PSN. I'm sure most people know about us. It's a channel that's been run for 5 years now, and it was one of the original people starting up was Robbie, who now is the Meister for the whole thing, and Kent Spong, who is the master synth restorer and fount of all knowledge for things synth related and circuitry, is one of the co-hosts. And there's myself. I've got a production history and or a history of building and or developing synths for various manufacturers, both directly and as a freelancer. And I still do a lot of sound design and God knows what else in the meantime. But the show itself has been going for 5 years, 280 episodes last night. Yay. And it's a good thing. It's a good place. Great. Like all the rest of this community, it's a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, mate. Pro Synth Network's awesome. One of my faves.
Thank you.
Don't miss. I don't miss a show.
Awesome.
Brooksy,
you can hear us now.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, buddy. Nice to have you.
We've got any horrible echoes or anything like that going on?
No, you're all good. You're all good. Oh, and you're full screen. Look at that.
It's been ages since I've done something like this, so I'm a bit out of practice with what buttons to push. So.
Fair enough, mate. Nice to have you.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought I'd jump in. Wasn't doing anything else this afternoon. I should be doing something else, but I've got a new toy, and I need to learn how to use it properly. So.
Oh, do show us that in a sec too. So we've got a big news section today. So do stick around. Now, one of the things we are going to be doing today is we're going to be introducing a product. Which is by one of the friends of the Pro Synth Network guys. So we want to give them a nice big wrap. So that'll be coming up at the top of the news section. So we'll do that. This week we've got a bumper show. We've got great funny side memes coming up in a couple of secs. We've got a synth quiz that will chew your ears off. And we have a Name That Synth submission this week. So you guys are in for a doozy. And if that's not good enough for you, you might enjoy Price Watch. So hopefully you guys will be happy to get your teeth into all that. Why don't we start off by saying good day to our main guest. We'll start with Daren. Daren, how's your week been?
Just warm. I've not been in the studio. It's been too warm for this small studio. Just cooking away. So yeah, and I've got to literally put everything together for Off the Tracks in 2 weeks. So other than that, yeah.
Fantastic. And
it's just been a hot.
When you say it's warm, mate, for us Australians,
I know it's not warm. I know it's not warm for you. It's probably like it's just a casual temperature, but it's 32 degrees outside, 32 degrees inside.
32 is
which room
nice.
you go in.
That's nice.
But it's the humidity that gets you over here, isn't
it?
Yeah. And this 6 foot by 6 foot room is just cooks. You open the windows, you're getting the same heat coming in. So it's just not, it's not good.
Oh. Go down to the beach, mate. You'll be all right. All right, heading over, where are we going to go next? Heading across the ditch to San Fran. How are we going, Andy?
Well, south of San Fran, but close. Over here, the difference is it's not the heat, it's the stupidity because of our political situation.
That's a good one.
But I digress. So. But how's it going?
Yeah, the crowd liked that one, mate.
Thanks. Not much to cheer about these days, but much appreciated. But everything's great. Quick thing about I haven't had a chance to do any music lately. Again, too busy. No hardware jams or anything. Just crazy busy. But I did do a collab with a friend I met through our common fandom of Fabio Frizzi and Goblin scores and George Romero movies. I did my old cover I did of Assault on Precinct 13 from John Carpenter. Sent it to him like Postal Service style, and he did a live drum cover over it. He's a really good drummer, and I remixed it and put it on my channel. I'll put the link in shortly here. But the fun thing about it is we didn't have like hard cue points or whatever to match it up, so I was going to match it up by ear, which is not that hard. The cool thing though is the sync I chose is different than the sync he played from. So what he heard was a surprise compared to what he made. How his drums synced with my part, and he said it actually he was happy the way I did it, even though it was totally different than what he did. So one of the fun things about collaborations, even if you have to do like after the fact collabs with people, is this is one of the happy accidents you can have where you choose something slightly different and it still works out in some cases being better. So give that a shot sometimes. A lot of fun.
Sounds good. Awesome.
Yeah.
That it? That's your week?
That's it. Yeah.
Awesome. All
yeah,
right,
that's
mate.
pretty much it. Thanks.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, heading back over to the UK. Ian, yay! You're back home now, mate?
Hello.
Or you're still up there?
No, we're no longer in Scotland.
Ooh,
in Edinburgh.
jerky
We're now in
videos.
sunny York. Well, apologies about I'm on a rather ropey Wi-Fi line. I'm staying with some friends for the weekend, so we're in York for the weekend. And before we head back to good old Somerset. Good week. Obviously, really busy with the Fringe, but thank you for my birthday wishes. Everybody who wished me a happy birthday. The other thing is that we went to see a show called Elon Musk, Lost in Space. And right at the beginning of it was a bit about Trump. And the Trump supporter stormed out of the show. It was absolutely brilliant. So, I mean, actually, we were talking to the actors afterwards. And they were saying, next time that happens, they need an actual special line, especially for the person that walks out. But yeah, it was a satirical show about. Yeah, it was just brilliant, really. But no, really, we reviewed over 60 shows in 14 days. So it was a bit full on. Feeling absolutely exhausted. But two good things about being back in York. One, a nice bed, so I had a good sleep in, and a shower that properly works. Because for the last 2 weeks, we've had a shower that did nothing but dribble. Anyway,
there's nothing worse than that.
That's probably too much information, but no, I'm glad to be nearly home. So it's nice to see people in York.
Fantastic, mate. Good effort on all the little vids that you've been popping up on your YouTube channel too.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. It was great fun.
I'll get Andy while he's not doing anything just to whack a link in for us for Ian J. Cole's YouTube channel, just so anyone who wants to go check out those vids, they can do that. Awesome. All right, heading over to Chris now. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
How's your week been, mate?
It's been quite good. Yeah, pretty normal week for me. Bit of time in the shop getting modules ready and QA testing. QA testing is complete on the new modules, so that's good. And just giving them a good clean up, and need to. I got some. I need to 3D print some toggle switch spaces for the toggle switches on the new modules. So I just got my mate to print some of those for me. I designed them as usual. But yeah, little plastic spaces. So I just need to pick them up next week, and then I just have to do some. What is it? I have to do some diffusers and put the knobs on, and then I've got to turn my attention to a launch video, and then do the press media stuff, and finally somehow squeeze in a user manual. Somewhere in there, I've also got to do some proper nerdy specifications as well. So that'll require a bit of analysis and measuring signals, which takes forever. So yeah, maybe they'll be left off in the first draft of the user manual. But I'm hoping to launch the new module first show when Ranzee gets back. If not that show, it will be the next show. So that's hopefully going to be launch day for me. So that's good. So we can look forward to that. The secret, not so secret project, software development continues. It's getting cooler by the day, as Rant seems to think it's pretty cool. I trust his instincts. Music, still working on the remix. I'm trying to get at least 30 minutes, at least a day. I find it's better if I can just kind of keep on coming back to it, the way you don't lose momentum. But it's I take forever to do remixes and music work, so it can take quite a long time looking at it from the outside. But to me, it's just kind of normal. So I've been doing a bit of recording of the Model D over my shoulder, which is doing some nice long bass notes in a breakdown section of the remix, which is sounding very nice. I'm very happy with it. Some arrivals. I've got 2 modules from After Later Audio. They're just 2 compressor modules, and I've just literally plugged them in today, and I've been playing with them today. So I can't tell you much about them yet, except that they work.
That's always a good sign.
So it's always a good sign, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, I got a one with lots of controls and one with very few controls, but really compact size. So obviously for different kind of places and different racks. So yeah, and the rack keeps on expanding, even though I don't actually have room for expansion. So yeah, just normal week for me, I guess.
Awesome. Lots of stuff. Awesome. Thanks, Chris. We'll go across to Brooksy because he popped into Zoom first, and we'll ask him how he's been going lately.
Oh, fairly chilled. I've actually had a fairly quiet couple of months. Grace and I have done a few little bits. We played Stafford Emon beginning of August or the end of July. I've been away. I went down to Exeter, used Exeter as a base to explore Dartmoor because I'd never been to Dartmoor before. Really, really enjoyed that. And I've bought a few new modules. Well, one has arrived, and it was a big investment. I bought the XP32 module to go alongside the Hermod Plus. I was umming and ahhing for ages, but when it really dawned on me that what you actually get is potentially 32 envelope generators, 32 LFOs, 32 clocks, 32 triggers, 32 control voltage sources. It's actually mental. When you start beginning to play with it a little bit, it really becomes apparent just how much extra power it adds to the Hermod, and therefore other modules which are no longer really going to be needed as much in the rack, because dedicated envelope generator modules don't need them. I've still not got to grips yet with how those envelopes actually feel, if you know what I mean, because some envelope generators behave differently than others. So I'm not chucking them all out, just yet. I'll see how it goes along, but it could lead to quite a major rationalising of the case. So I've got Sheffield Emon next Friday. That's on my own because Grace is away. I think she's at Reading Festival. She's working, so I'm doing that one on my own. So I've got to get a set together for that, and that's been about it actually. So can I ask Chris a couple of questions, if that's all right, while I'm thinking about it, because I've not been around and not seen. I don't know what his new modules are, but I wanted to ask him: are they up and visible on Modular Grid?
Not
or
yet.
Something like that? Not yet,
No,
right?
No, they haven't been unveiled yet. Just been teased.
Oh, I see. Are they all still secret modules? Are they? Are they all like?
Well, the secret is so much as I keep on revealing those secrets on the show by casually putting them in the background of shots or jams, or just moving them around on the screen and talking about aspects of them, and then realizing.
No, that's cool. I'll keep my eyes open anyway. Certainly will.
Yeah. On the show is where
Yep.
I'm primarily doing launches now. Cool. Keen. Good to see your interest.
I'm always interested. So that's about it for me, basically.
Oh, awesome. Beautiful. We'll head over to Andrew and ask Andrew, has your, I don't know, week's been? Muted, buds. Muted. Muted.
There we go.
There we are.
You can tell I'm a pro. You can tell I'm a pro.
Yeah. We've all just had a shot of something.
Drink, yeah.
Which brings me neatly to one of the things that happened this week. Aside from creating large bank of presets for a forthcoming plugin that's going to launch soon, I've in my other side of my career, which is video related, I admin a really big group on Facebook for Adobe Premiere Pro editors called APPE, or Adobe Prem Pro editors, and we've just started doing live streaming again for the first time in a while. So we did the first one week before last, of this new series, as it were, and the second one we just did yesterday or Thursday. The first one was a shit show. Because there's two of us presenting, and one of us isn't used to doing presenting at all, and then there's me who is. So it's an odd combination, and we had a guest on who had the most terrible delay and really poor connection. So it was all a bit kind of. So that was the first one. Yesterday's was better, and it's just going to get better and better. And we're at that stage where, we actually got 8 views for the second one, and my compatriot is saying, well, we need to do. I said, just patience. Be there at the same time every week, Thursday, same time every week at 6 p.m. UK, and just publicize, let people know it's there. And over 3 months, you'll start growing an audience. You just have to be patient. And be there. And if you're there and you're doing interesting stuff, people will turn up. So it's an interesting journey. Yet another channel. So yeah, it's been an interesting, sticky week, doing lots of preset design for a rather wonderful synth. It's lovely getting back to some old synths that are perhaps not as widely known as they might have been, or they should have been.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
to
do tell.
Good to do.
Nice.
No.
Oh.
He's a tease.
Non-disclosure agreements.
Time will, NDAs, and it's all in hand. You kind of do these things, and you just wait for the official announcements and things. I'm sure a lot of people already know to what I'm referring, but I'm not going to say so, because it's one of those things you don't, when you're doing these things, you don't tell, and you just have a lot of fun going through it, going, I wonder what anyone else would do with this. I wonder how this would work. Funnily enough, and this is curious, last night on the show, we had a piece of modular on, and we were all left looking, on PSM, we're all left looking a bit dense because it's modular. The funny thing is, I know,
shouting at you.
I know, but the funny thing is, I kind of do it from the point of view, I've worked with modular in the past, but a very long time ago, and I still do a lot of patch chording, and I see all modulation that's done in contemporary synths as being a reflection of the modular heritage that most of these either hardware or software synths have inherited. So I kind of understand the routing and all that kind of stuff, and I just am simply not in touch enough to understand exactly how some of these things might work. So last night it was a mixer. It did audio, signal, and or CV, and I was just asking a question about whether or not the CV scaled. So if it's 10 volts coming in and you take it to 50%, will 10 volts become 5, 8, 4, 6, 3, and so on and so forth, because that gives you some flexibility and some options when you're playing with modular, in the same way as a similar thing does on the on any of the other kind of synths. So yeah, it's an interesting one. So modular caught me on the hop, so it's good to be in here and seeing people like Chris doing his thing, and awesome. Andrew, of course, Andy here. Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you.
Brills. All right. Well, we've got through the guests. We should say good day to the chatties. Hello, chatties. Aren't you a bunch of awesome people? Look at you guys. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Thanks for being part of the show, guys. And as I say each week, you should make the best of being in chat. We've got some fantastic segments coming up. So it's very interactive. You've got polls that you can be part of. You can vote on things, and there's Saturday Sonority coming up too, which is towards the end of the show, where you guys can get involved in asking us questions and stuff. So awesome to have you, and you guys mostly are here every week as well, which just warms the heart. So good on you. Right, we are going to get stuck into the show, and I think we'll start it off with the synth quiz because we've got a lot to go through. Let's do that. Oh, indeed. Synth quiz this week. The name of the game is to beat Wagyu. We all know that he asks Jeeves. So if you can't beat him, you can't join him either because he's just one of those selfish types of so-and-sos. But anyway, let's just have a crack at this. Right, okay. First clue, here we go. Bang. Octave select. Geez, which synth has that? Oh my goodness, the mind's boggling. You guys should be able to guess this week. I said that last week. None of them guessed it. I feel terrible. I do try my best to confuse everybody, and that is the name of the game. As you guys know, if you don't, well, now you're finding out. That's the other clues are kind of scattered. As if you dropped all your knurlies all over the floor, and it was a tiled floor. That's about when you'll get the next synth clue. That's a modular joke, by the way. Right, we are going to go into regular segments. Starting with funny side. Stranger things do happen when you look at these beeps. Oh my goodness me. Jim, you're a naughty boy. Synth Memes is a great Facebook site, but this one is really good. So they're trying to work out what this says. Data thinks it says butter. The other data thinks it says cracker. But maybe it might be vodka. Anyway, I like this one. It's very clever. Very clever. Moving right along.
As a Trek fan, I have to correct you. His name is Data. He even says it in the show. Even though the word data can go back and forth, his actual name is Data.
You tell him that's what we say.
Yeah, bloody freaking spelling police.
Because it's a name. It's not the word. It's a name.
All right. We got a little. Let's just catch this before it disappears off the screen. Is it going to come up? Yay! Good on you, Bosch. Cheers, Ranzee. Keep up the Saturday synth vibe. Good on you, mate, for the £10. Appreciate that muchly. Let's go back. There we go. You guys saw this. You cannot catch digital synthesis.
There is no
guys,
aid you can give to FM.
Make sure you get your jabs. Get your jabs, everybody.
I always wear a mask around Robbie. Just in case.
I'm just worried about electrons. That's what I'm worried about. They can be dangerous, those things. Right. Algorithms, anyone? Next, we are going to look at this one. You guys have to study the photo. I'm serious, because if you don't, you won't realize what's going on here. But when the old men have all bought the synth they dreamed of owning at 19, what will they do then?
It's Uli, isn't it?
That is Uli. This is a long time ago.
Yes,
Uli. This is when he's showing off his very first synth. That's a very clever one, that one. Yeah.
Isn't that the UBX?
That's the... Yeah, could be. Is that the new one?
Well, given that there's also the wave there as well.
Wave opposite, yeah.
Yeah, this is from
it's not that old.
I think it's one from NAM a couple things ago.
Couple of years ago.
Yeah.
TC Electronic in the background, of course. That's the giveaways. But 1990 something, yeah.
And I can't believe I didn't realise that TC Electronic had been bought by Behringer 10 years ago. I had no freaking idea.
Quite a long while had been under the music drive.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Just shows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't buy
Well, me too.
the June 60 pedal. You'll be disappointed.
No.
Right, next. What do we got next? Teenage Engineering are selling the Air 1.
It's, Apple couldn't quite perfect their Mac Air, but, Teenage Engineering have nailed it. Well, not don't nail it because you'll lose all the air.
And this one I pulled out of...
They're selling it for $1,000, not $0, wasn't it? Surely.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think it was a trick. Yeah, that one.
Whilst you've got that up there, is it just me, or is it difficult to read any of the text on that?
It's difficult to read.
I can read it.
Yes.
I can make it bigger if you like.
It's not very clear.
Just
on
wait to see
Zoom
the
on
tariffs
that's
on that
why.
Air. That the tariffs would be
That help?
very high for that one. So.
It's probably just Zoom.
A little,
I think
yeah, a
it
little,
must be Zoom,
a
yeah.
little.
No, it's unclear. It's unclear, Andrew, to me as well.
Oops.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not
what happened to my
brilliant
meme messages?
on VMixada.
My meme
The
messages.
memes look fine. The chat just looks like it's some sort of
It's in Japanese or something. Yeah.
Asian dialect of some sort. Yeah.
Interesting.
My memes just disappeared on me. That's not good. Let me just do the last one. The last one is... I brought it out of the archives. The archives. This one came out of the archives.
I love Smudge's cat.
that one just had to come back in. That one did. I mean, Volker. I mean, seriously, guys, Volker's already got the butt jokes, but didn't Korg have to bring out these? I mean, gosh.
The nub ass. Yeah, it is. It's the nub
Although
ass.
it does sound pretty cool. I do like the new bass. So
Yeah, the noob ass or the nub ass or, yeah. Yes, I enjoyed that one. Probably a bit too much, guys. I do apologise.
Well, the little known German subdivision, the Nuba SS.
No.
that's here. That's in this
penetrating a an ocean near you. Right.
Too soon?
Let's launch the poll, guys, in the chat. This is for YouTubers only. Unfortunately, I can't do this in Twitch. I don't know why. I don't write the software. Vote. Exclamation mark vote space 0 for a cracking joke, 1 for digital virus, 2 for Dreaminger, 3 for Teenage Engineering Air 1, and 4 for some new bass. I mean new bass. Sorry. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what people vote for this week. I was completely unsurprised last week what you all voted for. Data. That's for wags. Data. Data.
Works for the word, but not for his name.
Well, we've got a lot. Yes. I'll wait a couple more. There's a couple just popped in
votes
at
coming
the
in.
last second. Yeah. If I do it too quick, they'll get very upset with me. All right, I'll give it 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look. Geez, guys, what do you think won the vote? I'll give you a guess. Teenage Engineering with the Air 1.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You know, and the funny thing is, if you didn't vote for that and you're scratching your head thinking, I didn't find it that funny, why does everyone else vote? Welcome to the world. That's all I've got to say to you. Well, welcome
It's sunny
to the
outside from underneath the rock you just crawled out of. Yeah.
Well, they did give away what was it? Some sort of case this week that was completely sold out. Did you see that?
What did Brooksy vote for?
Crack.
You voted for the cracking joke. Yeah, I like that one too,
That was a
Brooksy.
cracker.
I thought that
Was
was
a
good.
cracker.
Yeah.
You've got
Yes.
to type number, not just the.
You got
number.
to type exclamation mark vote, one word,
Oh,
and
right.
then a space,
Okay.
and then the number. That's all right.
Right.
That's all good. You got it for next time. Right.
It's hard,
Thank you.
Andy. It's very hard.
It is. It's all these computer scientists on here. You know, the bloody nerds. You know what they're like.
Damn nerds.
Yeah. All right, let's get some news into us, people. Yeah, well, that was a quick. That went on.
There we
A little
go.
bit too quick. There we go.
There it is, Andrew.
This is what Andrew was talking about before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Richard's module. Richard owns Axis Modular. Big shout out to him and everyone at ProSynth Network. Were looking at this last night, I guess. So yeah, there we go. There it is. Now we're going to have a little chat, a little wee chat about this, because there's obviously questions that people have from last night, and also there's some people that have never seen this before on our show. So. What is it? It's a compact and powerful 4-channel performance audio and CV mixer module. And it's actually just 6 HP, which is actually pretty awesome. 45 millimeters deep, tidy little addition to any modular, quite inexpensive. I'll tell you the price later. Each channel includes a mute switch, which is lovely, and a level trimmer, and it provides both normal and inverted outputs with the bicolor LED indicators as well. Great for little sort of not taking up too much of your skiff type sort of jobber. Quite low on the power consumption. I thought it was quite good with 9 milliamps, and it is a little bit on the beefy side in the depth. It's 45 millimeters deep, so all the electronics are just going that way underneath the panel. So you're probably going to have a fairly decent
Through-hole.
Yeah, fairly decent one. Price. I think I remember looking it up somewhere. Where are we?
54, something like that, wasn't it?
£58.45.
It's £58. It's a great price.
Giving it away.
Fantastic price, I think. So it's a little bit over $100 in Aussie land. Anyway, no video, nothing I can sort of go further with it. No demo or anything like that. But I don't know if yep. Mr. Modular's in the chat. So Tonal Axis is the guy in the chat. If you guys have got some questions, he is happy to answer questions in the chat. He hasn't.
Is that Richard?
That's Richard. Yeah, he hasn't got the ability to come onto the show because he reckons his camera and stuff like that isn't set up quite. He's not quite sophisticated like us nerds. Anyway,
speak among you. Talk about everyone else here.
I'll start the questions off, guys. The first question I've got is, and I think some of you will have this question as well, is, are the mutes clickless? So, Richard, if you could answer that one in the chat. So the mute switches, by the way, just so you guys, they're the little switches down the left-hand side. So you have on and mute. So just clickless means, for those that don't know, it means that
ramps down to 0 rather than just cuts off.
You don't get that sort of that click sound through your audio if you're too quick sometimes.
If you cut it off while there is audio active.
Yeah. Now it doesn't matter if it's not, because we're talking about
work around it.
We're talking about a 58-pound module, so it's not a slap or anything like that. But that was just my initial question, and I guess Andrew, your question still counts too about with the CD mixing.
I've got another question. I've got another question, really, which is at the bottom. I can see is it 2 outputs, because your picture is a bit surgily. Is it right at the bottom? We've got 4 inputs, and then is that 2 outputs coming out, and is one inverted? One's forward going and one's inverted, right?
I think that's how it is, Andrew.
Yeah, in the listing it said that there were normal and inverted outputs.
Yeah, there's a little eye under the right hand one.
You've got a little negative sign on one side and a positive sign on the other side.
All right.
And that's great. So the reason for my question last night, and I wasn't particularly great at explaining it, but the reason is simply for people that aren't into modular but might be considering getting into it, it's a bit of it seems sometimes a bit impenetrable. What the bloody hell's going on here? The thing is, that many people that are into synthesis will understand that when you set, for instance, resonant at 100% and you get into self-oscillation, if you then also set the keyboard tracking to 100%, then essentially resonance becomes a tunable, playable oscillator, like another sound source that follows the keyboard, right? If you change the keyboard following to 50%, then it doesn't play following each key. You end up with a mic, with half step keys, as it were, and so on and so forth. So the reason for my asking was simply to try and indicate the kind of function this can have for CV. I was thinking primarily of pitch, but also you could have this. So you've got a number of different potentially CV streams coming in from perhaps ARPs, or from ARPs rather, or from sequences, and you could blend those together, so you end up with with a lot of different timings and things happening, all coming through and being mixed to one thing. Or you could do the same with the audio. And it just struck me that this is the kind of thing that's really useful, because we're always looking for different ways to mix and move signal paths around to affect something else. So I like this, but I was trying to find a way to make it perhaps a bit more comprehensible for those that aren't already into modular. And it's something which I would love to encourage people to explore, as Andy knows.
I don't think the knobs act as what you're describing sounds to me like an attenuverter, where you can add to the signal and subtract from the signal going in. If it's got a center detent at 12 o'clock, and clockwise it adds, anti-clockwise it subtracts. I think these are just going to be like set at the very lowest, it'll be 0 and nothing comes through, and then you add it by turning. I think that's probably how it will work. So it adds it in. But what you're talking about, it will allow you to mix those sort of control voltages that you're talking about. So you could mix LFO and envelope generator together, or like you said, two different pitch CV signals together. There's a CV mixer in the Behringer System 100, which just does this, but one of them actually adds 10 volts. I think the far right hand of it.
The 297.
Ranzee, that one of them adds 10 volts to the signal, doesn't it? I think, yeah. So
there's a negative 10 and a positive 10.
Yes. So that they're quite common features in eurorack, but having one that can mix both CV and audio, they're not as common. So it'll be, in anybody's case, it'll be a handy little box, even if you're just using it as a little audio submixer.
Mm.
And do we know for CV what the max CV, the max voltage it will handle? Is it 5 volts, 10, 15?
Tonal axis module will have to answer that one, because I don't know. I mean, they usually usually -5 +5, but some are -10 +10. It does vary. You sort of need to know what they're outputting. So
I can have a quick look, see if it
Yeah,
says
because
it on
classic mode goes up
modular.
to 15, right? But standard Eurorack is usually 12 or 10,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, usually around 10. It can push it a bit more, can't it, Chris? We can try and push it.
Depends on the op amp you use.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it uses,
I guess it will just respond.
It's 10.
If it's literally just taking input and changing the overall level of whatever's coming in, then it could be anything, but it's whether or not it will handle 10, 15, 20. I was just curious about that. I think it's I didn't, by the way, Andrew, I didn't think that it was center detentive for plus or minus. I noticed there's plus or inverted outputs at the bottom, so you wouldn't need to have a center ident thing. I know it's just 0 to whatever, 0 to full, and that's dependent on whatever's coming in, right?
So it's just answered you can get 10 volts through it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thank you, Richard.
Yep.
It's it's just such a good price, isn't it? And it's one of those units you just go, oh, right, I can see how that could work.
And if I could just mention, he has a DIY option as well available.
Yep. I was just
kudos
looking at the build.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
That's cool.
Catering for the DIYs.
So if you go to modular grid, which is where a lot of the eurorack modules you'll find are, not all of them, but most of them, he's got his Mix 4 on there, and he's got the build guide. You can actually just click on the Google Drive link and actually go through and he's step by step. And I wouldn't say it's terribly difficult in terms of complexity. I've built things way more complex than that. Quite easy because a lot of it's through hole. So yeah, I actually think it's quite a good little project. If you like, it's mixers and those sort of things are a great little starter project if you want to get into DIY.
Quite good for beginners, I'd say.
Like this. Yep. Yeah. And there's obviously shop on Etsy as well.
No matter what, it's like they'll always come in handy.
They will, yeah.
So it's a good starter project. So Ian, here you go. Here's your chance.
So on his Etsy store, he's got some other modules on there.
Maybe.
He's got delays. He's got the LK delay. He's got some passive attenuators, some little bits and pieces in there, little expanders and things like that. So quite a cool little Etsy store. So do check that out. And everything seems to be really, really decently priced.
Well priced, yeah.
Richard, I hope you're making some money, mate. Make a little bit for yourself, bud. Hopefully we can send you some business your way today anyway. That would be the important thing.
Can we pop a link in the chat to his Etsy store?
What I'll do is I'll do the modular grid link, because that gives you both. That gives you the modular grid page plus the Google Drive for the build and the Etsy store. That does everything. So let's do that. By the way, to anything that you see on the show, there is the blog article down below. You can see there the Synth Geekery 309. It comes live at 6 p.m. UTC time every Saturday. All the links, images, videos, memes, everything that we do is on that blog article every week. It's painfully written by me. So do make sure you check it out and visit the website. painfully written by you. Yep, painfully written. That's it, mate. Right, we should get. Thanks very much, Richard, by the way, for pointing them out to us. Because I hadn't heard of you guys, and it's always nice to pick up some new modular manufacturers who are doing cool stuff.
I'll be checking him out as well.
One of the things that he said, which I think is a great thing to say. Let me just remove. He did answer the question about mutes, by the way. He said they're not clickless because that would have made it more expensive. And as a result of that, I wanted to make all my modules affordable and easy to build. Good on you, mate. That's fantastic.
Out of interest, if you bought it as a DIY project, would you be able to add some sort of buffering to make it clickless that would ramp it down to 0 when you switch off?
Well, you have to add a completely circuit into the actual design to make it clickless. It's not just a simple thing.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Yeah. So in that case, it would probably make it potentially might make the thing wider or deeper or whatever the case is. As he said,
you're talking about me again, aren't you?
Could be. If we have guilt, there's a number 1-800.
Send cake.
Extra complexity and extra circuitry means also extra cost.
I will say this though, like even like DivKid, he designed a module a while back, and it had clickless mutes on it, and then he did a Mark II to improve the clickless mutes on it. So it's a bit of a rabbit hole. You got to be careful.
It's not an easy thing to achieve in our circuitry. Yeah. It's challenging.
Yeah. Righto. CM, is that a question for our Saturday Sonority section? Make sure you ask it when we do get there, mate.
I think it is really.
Yeah. So wait till we get to that section, mate, because we may miss it otherwise. All right, let's keep going with the news because we've got more. And oh my goodness, guys, you are going to be absolutely either scared shitless or surprised. I'm not sure.
Brace yourselves.
Yeah, this is completely bonkers. This next thing, this is called the NSA selector, and what you're looking at here is the side view of the module. There's a 43-minute video. I'm not going to sit here and make you guys watch it. Don't worry. But let's tell you a little bit about this. I'll show you it. Basically, the front of this thing, you'll see it in a sec, has 2 Ethernet ports on it and an audio output and a couple of other bits and pieces on here. But what is it? It's crazy. It's designed by Wenzel Labs. I think he's from South Africa, or he's definitely South African, and he might be from somewhere else. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's basically, it transforms Ethernet network traffic signals into audio, and it enables you to create these modular, connections where you can bring these sounds into your modular, and you can hear network traffic. So it's not just a noise generator. It kind of has the ability to be rhythmic. You'll see this in a sec. So what you've got is you've got 2 Ethernet ports. As you can see, they're the 2 silver bits. And it creates so you plug your network in, and then it goes and loops through and goes out. So you sort of, it's like a junction as such. But while it's going through, it's listening to the network, which is why it's called the NSA selector. I thought Andy might like that one. It acts as a 100 megabits fast Ethernet switch with 3 ports. There's actually one also on the back. And you can do all sorts of stuff with this. You can use it as a ping sequencer. So you can, if anyone's into sort of, Linux commands on console, you can send this little device in your eurorack network commands. He does some bonkers stuff on this. But let's go and have a look at the video anyway. You guys will love this. It's actually really cool. Either that or you'll think he's complete mad. One of the two. Doesn't really matter. Here we go.
So, this is the NSA selector. It's a eurorack module. It listens to Ethernet. To networks. It's doing just like the NSA does. It has 2 Ethernet ports and 1 audio output. And network-wise, it does nothing. It's just technically it's just a network switch, but with 2 ports. So everything that comes in on one side goes out on the other. The device itself is not speaking any protocol. It doesn't have the capabilities to allow you to connect to it. It's just like the NSA. But
right, so what I'm going to do now is, this video goes on for ages, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sort of get it to where he starts making sounds out of this thing. So this is the first part where he uses a ping sequencer. Check this out.
Set up your 24 track and record it, and you have a click on the 24 track. Quite annoying. So you can set this to just 1 packet. So count 1 is the parameter C1. Now you probably hear more of my keyboard than the click, but we can change the size. Now you clearly hear the packet. It's just a larger packet than before. Now with 999.
So now he's showing you how you can just use commands. Next thing you do, he gives you all these little files on GitHub, by the way, is you can actually run this thing.
Milliseconds between each
and
beat.
And it's like a sequencer.
And we get a kind of a rhythm. Just we have to start it manually. So let's do another for loop or while true. Colon do, colon done. Now we have created a sequencer. That's a valid sequencer. We can even live edit the beats.txt. No, I'm in another directory. The prompt is set up weirdly. So let's reduce this 4 click. Let's reduce it further.
So that's his sequencer, and it goes on for that. There's a whole bunch of other network stuff he does on here, like he runs things through the loopback adapter. He does things like helicopter sounds.
We also hear, but it seems to be logging less.
He does things like saturating his link
layer going on, and SSH is missing the data, and retransmissions happen on the TCP layer.
You get some crazy noises. He does some
the bitmaps are fun.
He does some really
do DDoS rhythms. Yeah.
Using H-top,
and I'm down to like 50 milliseconds.
Where's here's the eyes. Here we go.
Oh yeah, the eyes are pretty good.
Here we go.
Same thing. Let's start. I don't know, browser. Why not Chrome?
Oh, it's before this, I think.
Like the mouse over event is reported through the protocol.
So some of this might seem a bit confusing, but what he's doing is he's running all these commands through that network. So it's picking up all this network traffic and it's making different sounds.
Go to 21. Yeah, roughly 21, I reckon.
This one where it opens the browser?
Yeah, when it starts opening the browser and starts.
This is really slow desktop forwarding.
Anyway, that is it for now. I mean, it's a 40-something minute video. If you actually are really interested in that, and I mean, honestly, you may not want to buy this. It might not be your cup of tea, but I kind of feel like it's a very interesting video. If you're into computers, you'll probably find that quite entertaining. Rhythmically, there are ways that you can get this to, like he had that little sequencer thing, because computers can time things based on seconds, so you can do your maths and calculate what your BPMs are and stuff like that. I don't know how accurate it would be, because there'll probably be glitches across networks, no doubt, but it would be reasonable. So you could get it to sort of do beaty type things. So anyway, let's go over to you guys. I just wanted to see what your reactions would be like with this. This is
it feels
NSA
incomplete.
selector.
I think that's
Price.
I struggle to see the point personally, but
it feels incomplete. So when you showed this, I thought that's going to be cool. You take incoming Ethernet, and it does some sort of voodoo on it, which creates control voltages which you can sling out. And I was expecting it to give you some sort of control which would smooth out those control voltages, or just stream them out as they are, which then you could bring into your eurorack and you could quantize and do all sorts of stuff with. So it would be a way of generating ambient tones or whatever, random tones, which would be really cool. I mean, you get a really good rhythmic pulse from it if you put it onto a porn site, if you know what I mean. But that's what I thought it was going to be, a source for randomly generating events which you could use in your eurorack. It's not that, and I'm not quite sure I see the point. And if it had that, it would be a really interesting thing. That's my take.
So Andrew, instead of Frippertronics, it'd be called Fappertronics. So
Andy, cut it out.
Did you say how much it was, Rance?
It's 110 US, I think, were pre-assembled, and I think that's a little bit cheaper. There's a DIY kit you can get for it.
Yeah. I do like the oval thingy board at the back, and that's different.
The design looks pretty. I'd call it the Oninator.
Now, just one thing to mention to him, he does talk about this in the video. He talks about this thing as an open source support. There is documentation, there's code, there's sequencer scripts, there's tools that he's built for this. There's building instructions, obviously, via GitHub. The stuff that you mentioned, Andy and Andrew, could possibly be another, a module that he might do. Definitely. I think this is he just wanted to get this idea out and see if it had legs, and go from there, I guess. But for the,
I mean, this is a perfect
price.
example. Everyone always says they want new stuff, they want different stuff, and then they kind of shit all over it when it comes out. But I think this is pretty clever, and it's obviously new and rough because it's not many people want to sit in a command line and nerd out with this kind of stuff because they're not into that stuff. But it's another avenue to explore stuff. I mean, look at the stuff like the Electro Sluice and the Soma Ether, where you're taking RF signals from devices and converting that to audio and having lots of fun with that, right? So I mean, anything in this crazy playground is great. Even if it doesn't sound great for you, you can still run some of those through effects and other things and make them even more interesting. So I think this guy's onto something pretty cool. It's just very esoteric. So
I think, by the way, I think it's very cool, but I'm just viewing this with a marketing head, you know, having done that for a while. And with a marketing head, if you had that additional functionality, it would certainly appeal to a much larger audience and wider audience. I get that it's clever and it's, you know, I'm glad it's in the world, but if like I said, it feels like it's a great idea but incomplete.
But it's already somewhat niche because it's Eurorack, right? So it's already kind of a little box to play in.
And if it's niche, you want to just open the door just a teensy bit more.
Yeah, it's even niche for Eurorack. I mean,
it is very
honest.
It's very very.
Yeah,
but
it needs to be needs to be Mark II and needs to be, you know, developed more. I think really is what I would say.
That's why he's open sourcing it. There is another thing that it can do, which I forgot to mention. It converts 16-bit 48K mono wave files, that is, into 4-bit 25 millisecond raw format via this thing called a Delta Sigma modulation, which is a Linux thing that you can get. And it results a grainy but sonically rich type audio that you can get. So that's another thing it can do. And that can be like a nice little lo-fi thing that you can use it for. And the other thing that he talks about in the video, I just didn't get a chance to show you, is that you can actually transfer bitmap images, the old-fashioned bitmap images across over HTTP to listen to pixel data, which is kind of interesting. So you could do, you know, I don't know, Samantha Fox strip poke of images from the 1980s, transfer those across.
Running onto bulletin boards again.
See, along with the fapping, I told you, you're on the same path. So
that's it, Andy.
But real quick, do you guys remember that app? I haven't talked to him in a while, but he does YouTube demos. He has like an app that for iOS that actually tracks weather data and movement data from accelerometers and stuff, and you can turn that into modulation for your Eurorack stuff and the MIDI stuff as well. I forgot the guy's name, but he was on like Mr. Wiggly show. He used to hang out here a lot, but I don't see him much anymore. But he had a really cool app for that.
Yeah,
you remember his name?
Come on. It'll
it's all foggy. I can't remember.
It's ringing a bell to me too, Andy.
It's been a while since I've seen him around.
Yeah,
he does a live video once in a while on YouTube, but it's been a while. But anyway, he does weird data sources for modulations, which is very clever. So.
And that kind of application, when applied to something like MPE, gives you the same sort of control for MPE nuts as it does for, well, not quite the same, but as it does for modular using CV. So there's that whole.
That's it, Keith. Yeah, got it. Sensient.
Yeah, that's him.
Sorry, Andrew. I just had to say it when I saw it. So. Yeah, Sensient's cool. Makes good stuff. I forgot the name of the app. I have it on here, but I can't find it. So.
I know there's definitely people that will buy this, by the way. So like it's one of those things. Eurorack has that real. It's a real. What's the word? Pioneer's land where you know you could just about throw anything at Eurorack and people would be interested.
That's the thing.
In
is it's a kind of an open and safe environment to publish stuff like this. You know, you put it into
which is great
land. Yeah, so people don't feel intimidated. Only show it to a professor at a university. Keep it to themselves. The idea is that maybe I can make this a Eurorack module and put it out there and get some wider audience that way.
Indeed.
Yeah. So it's a safe place for experimenting, is what I'm saying.
Yes. Now, where did I put? Steve's jumped into Zoom. Is that the right spot? Hey, Steve.
Hey.
How are you, mate?
How you doing, guys? Yeah, right.
Steve.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Steve.
How's everyone doing? All right.
We're doing good. Awesome.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Sorry I'm late. I meant to come on earlier. I had to go out and get a new light for the outside.
It looks like it's light outside.
Geez, that light's really good.
It's working at the moment.
Yeah,
It's called the sun.
but eventually it does get dark. It does get dark.
I've been having some landscaping done out the front, and they broke the light, so I've had to go out and buy a new one.
Ah, fair enough. That always sucks.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, we finished talking about the bonkers NSA stuff. Now, these guys, you guys have heard before, the home bake instruments, and this is another thing that would probably be interesting for Robbie. This is the FM Mint. This is a Mark II, so this is a let's get the meme ready. This is a second suck of the sav, I feel. Where are we? I've lost my thing. Oh no. Date modified. There we go. Let me see if I can find it now. Where is it? What have you done with it, Chris? You lost it. It's all your fault.
Oh, not me. You're always blaming me for gremlins in your system.
All right. Second suck of the sav. We'll give them that. I need to get that a bit quicker. Anyway, these guys are home bake instruments. What is this? This is a little FM compact business card size. Isn't that a cool idea, guys? Hey, here's my business card. It's a synth. It's an FM synth. It features 4-voice polyphony, a 64-step sequencer, 13 pattern slots, 8 Moog arpeggiator, enhancements all over the original Mark I, including built-in LFO, echo, chorus effects, and a little refinements on the sound quality and some improvements on the responsiveness. It does have a little video too. We should do the video. Yes, indeed. If I can find the video link. There it is. Bang. Let's do that. Let's take his advice. Exit! It's a little $99 jobber US prices. Perfect Circuit do sell a bit of the home bake instruments if you want to know that, Andy. I've just found out. I actually only found that out today because I was wondering where you could get these stuff there from, and they seem to travel all the way from Japan over to Perfect Circuit. They seem to be interested in their stuff, which is pretty cool. These kind of little electronic things that I reckon you'd be really annoyed if you accidentally spilt your coffee on it because there's no protection on the circuits or whatever. I don't know. Who likes this sort of stuff? I'm just kind of interested. Who's interested? This is not Eurorack, Ian, so you can get excited.
I'm interested in this. I mean, it's a little, maybe it's a little bit small for me, but you know, that sort of price, 80 quid, something like that. It's almost like a Christmas present type thing, isn't it? You can just mess around with it, you know. But no, I like.
It'd be cool if you have an old layer of actual credit card or something. So you're playing.
Yes, yeah. I would like to. If I would buy it with a box. If there's a little plastic box that it goes in, because it's not going to last very long. Just stick it in your pocket, is it?
Yes. I don't know if the guy on his website had boxes. His website's really difficult to navigate. home-bake-instruments.localinfo.jp is his website. And then it's all Japanese, and then there's posts. So Wagoo can translate it for us. I'll paste the link in chat. You guys can have a little squiz at it while while we're chatting away about it anyway, because it's kind of interesting. Someone can translate it for us. And there may be little cases that I couldn't find in there. There's manuals and stuff like that.
It reminds me of a credit card story that I remember from in the dim and distant past, where I took some clients out to lunch at I think it was Rotterdam at one of the big shows back in the sort of around about 2000. And we had some really big clients, some trade dealers who were buying lots of stuff from us when I was working for a company you may be aware of. And we did this thing, Japanese restaurant, really, really expensive, did the whole thing. And at the end of it, I'm kind of, well, let me get this. And I gave my card to the guy and he ran off with it. And he came back and he said, it's been declined, sir. And I said, what? Yeah, and I did that. What do you mean it's been declined? What do you mean it's been declined? How dare you? Run it by again. So I was just being a completely obnoxious twat. And so he did. He went away, he came back, and he said, I'm sorry, sir, it has been declined again. Do you have any other form of payment? And I started going off into a, how dare you, don't you know who I am, sort of a rant, when I glanced at the card and realised it was a loyalty card for an electronics store that I frequented. I'd given him the wrong card.
Oh, you horrible man.
So what you needed was a better pair of glasses.
Such a tosser I was, really.
The poor guy, he probably froths at the mouth now when he sees credit cards from that experience.
Yeah. But these hands are just too, I mean, look, they're just too big for that kind of thing. But I love the idea it's there. And I love the idea of being able to travel and have access to something like that. You know, it's a good thing.
I can see people turn up at EMOMs with these sort of things. You know.
Does it sync? Does it have sync on it so you can sync to external MIDI or clock or something?
It's got USB, so I don't know what travels over. There is a manual on the website, so someone can go and translate that manual into English. I can't even remember if it was English or not. I'm just kidding. But there is a manual. It's USB-C, I believe, that connects to it. So what goes up and down the USB other than power, I'm not sure. You can go check it out. Doesn't say anything on.
Yeah, pocket devices are cool. Look how popular the pocket operators are for a while. So
it's
cool to have some
exactly.
stuff on the go.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, I thought that was pretty cute. But I just wanted to do that so Ian wouldn't go completely mad that we're showing Eurorack all day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I disappear, I've got bored and I've gone off somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to throw that.
His veneer's cracking. Just wait. He's getting there.
So yeah.
He's going to throw something. Yeah.
You can all club together and buy me a module for Christmas.
If you hear this sound,
then I'll have to do it.
That's Ian crack the shits.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got a module for you, Ian, if you want.
No.
Keep it PG, Steve.
Not.
Keep it PG, mate.
No, Steve. Thank you very much, Steve.
We talked about submarines before, Steve.
Yeah.
It's a nice one.
That's what she said.
Thank you, and no thank you, Steve.
Very PG.
Very PG. Right. This is the Nio, NIIO analog modular company. And this is the gated random. And I thought some people might be interested in this because it does random gates. And that's about all it does. There's a few other little bits and pieces, but it outputs random control voltages, levels synchronized to gate inputs, and it features probabilistic routing of gate signals and offers versatile control over CV level and range and gate behavior, along with some visual feedback LEDs on the module. You can adjust it from 0 to 10 volts with the CVs. There's shift controls. There's a sample input and a few other bits and pieces. And there's a video. I love it when they do videos because we can watch it. I always tell Andrew to watch it. He'll know.
Yeah.
He's smiling now. No one can see.
Yeah.
Here we go. So it's got 2 gate outputs.
I'm not hearing anything.
It's a really low.
Subtle.
Really,
it's really
chose
low.
a
I can hear a click.
really low
Can't hear a
frequency. I
click.
don't know why.
It's like a click.
It's actually a bass.
Okay, got it.
Like 50 hertz.
Yeah. Don't know why he chose that. So the shifts between -5 to 10 volts. That's a pretty decent shift. Here we go. Now it's starting to get a bit more rhythmic. I think we get what it does, don't we, guys?
Yeah, I love probabilistic stuff like this. I love it. I think it's really cool. As a sort of almost. I mean, it's weird to say, but it adds a human feel to things being not the same every time. I love that. It's good.
I really like the idea of this. Immediately, I'm thinking, "Ooh, yes, I can see where this is going." Got echoes of Turing Machine in there, isn't there? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a Disting can do this.
Yeah. It's it also reminds me a bit of the Bernoulli gates in some of the musical instruments.
Yep.
Ones. The offset voltage is handy. It's a bit like having a precision adder inside your CV generator, so that's a good idea. It's actually funny. Actually, first time I looked at it, I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at, but when I was going through it, I then went, "Hang on, didn't I design a module that does exactly the same kind of thing?" There is something up there that's never been released because it was never a eurorack module, but it was a Arduino project that did do this kind of stuff. It was a random gate sequencer, and it did have the alternating gates and that kind of thing. So that's one of those things I did explore. So it was very familiar to me. The difference here is that mine was, of course, microcontroller based. This one, he's saying, is fully analog.
Mm-hmm.
So that theoretically means you can run it at audio rate.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure what that sounds like. I'm not sure what that sounds like, but I know that's why people obsess over the analog digital, if you know what I mean, or the discrete digital modules these days, is that if they want to run it at audio rates, and a barrier they would sometimes run into with more microcontroller based modules.
And it's also warmer random.
Well, I was going to say the ones and zeros are warmer than normal ones and zeros, but
That's right.
but it doesn't really work that way. So yeah, cool little module. What's the price again, Rance?
$230 US.
Yeah, it's not super cheap, but it's not outrageous. It is competing with things, as I said, similar things that you could probably put together with other modules. But once again, this is a classic case of in the modular world now, we are getting a lot of what I call combo modules, kind of like combo meals at your fast food joint. Putting certain sort of modules together into one module that complement each other. This is, something that's been going on even in the early modular days. Your likes of your Rolands and your ARPs were already exploring those kind of combinations. But it's really we seem to be getting a kind of an explosion of that kind of mentality, which is really nice to see in the modular world at the moment. That's part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing as well, is this whole idea of combining things that actually work together really well in inspiring ways, and hopefully explore some new potential along the way. So thumbs up to this module. I think it's quite nice.
I can't find the reference where it says it's analog, so
that could be me getting confused. There's a lot of modular on tonight's show. I must confess I may have gotten the wrong module.
It says all analog circuitry.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah,
but
so he means discrete. Yeah,
I'm not sure where have I got that from. Oh yeah, it says quality all analog circuitry. on his website.
Phew.
Yep, there you go. That's what I was trying to find. I'm like, where did I read it? His company is
I know.
called Neo Analog anyway, so he's
That's the thing. As I went,
Yeah.
he has to push that forward. That's his company's philosophy.
So I guess people will be sort of thinking, well, what's the difference if I have a digital gate generator versus an analog gate generator, other than what Chris said about doing audio rate? What's the difference? Are analog gates faster, better, more responsive? Does it make any difference at all? If you've got
I don't think it makes any difference.
If you've got a crystal there that's keeping your clock, what does it care whether it's digital or analog? Probably the answer is probably not much. Audio rate's probably a pretty big thing, I guess. But
As I said, that's the only argument I can come up for using it in this particular application, other than basically saying, look, I've learnt how to do this with discrete analog circuitry without using any sample code that I didn't understand from written by other people, open source, and I kind of respect that, because you kind of can't really wing making an analog based digital, discrete digital modules. You can't really cheat. You can't really. There's no library of use this and put that together with that and compile this. And
you can't fix it quickly.
Go on the forum and ask for help doing this. No. If you do it yourself, you are really doing it yourself. So there is that aspect.
It's funny. It's funny how we're so emotional. I think there's something about getting an emotional attachment to a piece of analog gear that maybe isn't quite there. I mean, I'm saying that as I'm saying that, I'm thinking of Robbie and FM, and Mike. I love FM as well. I love it, but I'm not that tied to it that I, whatever. But there is something about analog circuitry. It's a bit like the difference between a petrol or diesel car and an electric car. Electric cars make so much more sense, but there's something about a piece of engineered car with its engine, its moving parts, its camshafts, its valves, all of that, the way you flow the heads, all of that is something you have control over and you can change and modify and maintain and brake. With an electric car, it's on or off, and it's very fast on or off, and it handles very well, but you don't have that level of input. So I think possibly that's what it is.
Possibly. In my article, I did a little joke, but I said all analog circuitry ensures a warm classic feel.
You've not heard me play, have you? Listen, I'm going to have to fly. I didn't realize this was going to go on so long, but because I've not done this before. But I would love to come back because I'm learning a lot here, and that's kind of knowledge we need on PSN as well. And I just need more of this.
You don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, but it's really good meeting all you got. Why have you got a picture of Andy Brooks up? What's all that about?
Hey,
he hasn't on Zoom. If I make a noise, you'll see me. Then I coughed.
There we go.
Right.
There we go. But it's still Andy Brooks. But look, I'm going to head now. But listen, I've really enjoyed being here. Wow. I hope you have me back next week or whenever you're on next, Ranz. And thank you all for being so patient with my bimbling, meandering musing, as it were.
You're welcome, mate. See you anytime. Anytime.
It's a fount of knowledge. Good to see you all.
Take care.
God bless.
Bye. See you, mate. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's keep going, boys and girls. We have got more to show. This time it's some more analog stuff. And Ian, this one's for you. Would you like to get a Bogafoga? Another Bogafoga has launched.
I'm going to get all of them.
You're going to collect them all? Oh, where's my collect them all?
I'm going to wait till they're all out. Then I'm going to buy
Pokemon.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Collect them all. So yes, definitely I want one of these. I've got the Moog versions on the iPad. I've not done much with them actually, but Moog, yeah. I have got them, but collect them all, yeah. I guess this is another $100 jobby.
$99 US is the street price, I've been told.
Cheaper.
Yep. Yeah. This is exactly the same as a Moog ladder filter. This is the same as the Moogafuga or Mogafoga MF101. If you guys ever had one, I used to have one. and they have claimed that they've used the same circuitry in it. So I'm not sure if that means that they've used the same circuitry with the other bits and pieces that back this thing up, or whether they've completely just designed the whole thing exactly the same. I'm not sure. But the actual filter is a Moog ladder filter that they've obviously got circuits for that already now, because they've designed heaps of Moog stuff already. There is a 2-pole and a 4-pole, just like the Moog has. You've got a obviously 12 dB or per octave, or 24 dB per octave low pass filter on this thing, with a nice little resonance. And yes, it does whistle Dixie when you crank the resonance up, as you'd expect. It does have an envelope follower on this too, which is actually pretty cool. And you can switch between smooth and fast, and there's a little kind of little amount thing that you can play with that helps for dynamic filter modulation. On the back, there is actually USB-C and MIDI 5-pin DIN for connectivity on this, which is nice. The MIDI, the USB-C is for the not the Synth Tribe. What's the other app called? I don't know. What's
Music
called.
Tribe.
There is
Music Tribe.
Music Tribe.
It's not the Synth Tribe one. It's the other one. They've got a couple now. So that gives you access to firmware updates and anything that it needs for that. I don't think there would be a great amount of firmware updates on this, to be honest. No. However, before we show you the video, I just want to mention to you, if you guys checked out Starsky Carr's video during the week, where he compared the Behringer MIDI Murph Moog to the actual original Moog one, and he discovered that the Behringer one had a massive error in one of the EQ frequencies in it.
Wow.
And then instantly Behringer's website was taken down, the actual page with their product on it, and their video was taken down. So it's kind of very interesting what was going on.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
they discovered a glitch on their Octave Cat also. The Octave Cat has an issue with it. Their version of it.
So, and I believe you can't buy them either at the moment. So they've requested they're going to fix it. So obviously it was a pretty decent problem. Hopefully you don't get the same problem with this. There is a crazy stupid video that they've done with all the others. We can have a quick look if you like. I'll show you this.
By synth enthusiasts and guitarists alike, this series of pedals might be the most requested yet. Please welcome Behringer DM11M low pass filter. The synth aficionados don't need any introduction to this legendary filter, but the fact is this pedal opens up the filter to just about any sound source you can imagine, and yes, pun intended. So for anyone new to this type of device, here's what you need to know. A low-pass filter does exactly what it says on the tip.
All right, we don't need a lesson from him, but there you go. You guys can check out that 9-10 minute video. If your ears don't bleed. Anyway, I just kind of feel like Ian. I think we should probably just buy these and see how they go. The phasers out, the Murphs out, the low pass filters out. There should be a ring mod. There should be a frequency box. So there's quite a few. And I've noticed that Anderton's website's listing them all, and they're saying coming soon next to all of them. Yeah. So. If you guys want to be sort of first in line and getting these, that's probably one of your best ports of call to get one. Other places like Gear for Music are listing them, but you can't get them for a little while.
Yeah, I would say unless you're absolutely desperate for it, don't buy it straight away, because it will get cheaper.
Maybe. Maybe. Have you found that though? Because I actually said that about the Behringer Selena. I thought the Behringer Selena would get cheaper, and it didn't. It never did.
Same.
True. Well, I have to say I've never compared it with Behringer, but with other manufacturers generally, when at the minute they launched, they are quite a bit more expensive than they are, because usually they go down the road of flooding the market at a certain price. When the sales start to drop, they then drop the price. Now, Behringer might be slightly different from that because they're cheap.
In my case, it won't get cheaper because of tariffs.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah.
But they have done that generally, Ian. You can get some of. I mean, like I think the Pro One now you can pick up for about £150. I mean, I bought mine for 250 when it came out. I'm bearing a Pro One, so there is a sort of pattern to it, and I think also perhaps some of the things that haven't sold as well as they were hoping, they've also dropped in price quite considerably. So I mean, if you have a look at the price of the eurorack modules that they produce, you can pick up some. Seriously, like the dual envelope generator and LFO in the System 100 was £39. I was like, what? I'm not having that. I'm having, another one, because I mean, okay, it does what it's supposed to do. It's not particularly exciting, but it's a really useful little thing. And there's all sorts of other other things that they produce where the prices have come down quite considerably. So you may well have a good point there. Wait a year and then see if it's available for 70 quid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in no desperate hurry for these, but I would like them, but I probably wouldn't take them out to emos because they're a bit big. I'd probably just use them in the studio, and have them wired in such a way that I can sort of, pick and choose.
Yeah, Chris.
On the Matrix.
This is something that came down in price, and I got it when it was cheaper, and pretty happy with it.
The Model D
done well for me.
Yeah.
And the
Model
other reason why it's relevant is because they say this is the same filter as in this product.
Yeah. How much did you pay for your Model D, Chris?
That's a good question. If I had the answer, I would tell you right away. However, it is
I bought mine second hand. Yeah, mine was second hand.
Yeah.
I think I paid about 150 for it second hand.
Yeah, you did well. I paid 230 new.
Right.
Hey, Chris, does yours have the calibration issue on it?
Mine had a calibration issue.
Yeah.
I had to spend quite a bit of time, basically an afternoon, calibrate the bloody thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Mine seemed to be spot on.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Yeah. I do like it though, because I always wanted a Model D.
You can't. I mean, other things have calibration problems too. I mean, my XPO oscillator was really not tracking at all well. And Grace and I had to sit there with little screwdrivers and voltmeters and till we got it, and it was, you think, hang on a minute, this it shouldn't be like this. It should be work. But of course, they're all like little internal pots, and they could move. Because I'm lugging the case around. Things are going to drift, these analog oscillators. So,
one comment I had about the actual Mogafogger clone. Behringer has this kind of issue with the recreation stuff where they either try to make it exactly like the original in almost every way, or they tweak it in some weird way, inconsistent with some of the other stuff they've recreated. So I wish if they're going to come out with this, add Q compensations so you don't get the low end drop when you do the high resonance, and make it an option like a bypass switch, so the thing is even more useful than the original one. I wish they would do that because they have the ability to do that for not much more money. But then sometimes they'll create like a keyboard clone or something like that and has all kinds of crazy add-ons that's not like the original. So Behringer's kind of all over the map with some other choices with stuff. I don't understand what they're doing there, but it's cheap. So
yeah.
Well, getting back to the this little baby here, the BM11M. I used to have a Mogafoga MF101, and I'll say to you guys that at the time it was actually kind of handy. I had things like synths that I could have brought signals through and used a filter on them, and some of them were actually Moog synths. But I actually used it for just the simplicity and portability of it being very easy to sort of plod next to something that you're currently working on, connect it up, and it's just very tactile sitting on your desk, and you could just move that filter knob. Just another quick look at it again. The cutoff and the resonance knob, quite decent size. Get your hand on that. It's nice spaced out. So in terms of kind of, if you wanted to have something that didn't have a decent filter on it, and you wanted to run it through as a paraphonic side of setup, That's a pretty cool thing to do. I used to run my strike set through it, which made it really, really cool, because you could just, shape some of those harsh digital, string sounds through it. It was quite nice because the strike fet doesn't have any filter on it at all. And things like that, if you've got gear that you don't have a filter on, and there's plenty of examples. String machines are a great example of that. Even the Behringer VP330 clone, the VC340, doesn't have a filter on it, so that would also be a cool little thing to plug next to that. And then all of a sudden now you're shaping your sounds a bit differently. That would be kind of my go-to with this. And for $99, wow, that's it's a steal, really.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the power supply on these things is different to the Moogafogers, but I remember the Moogafogers had a kind of weird voltage. I think they were reverse polarity, and I think they were 9 volts, but they were reverse polarity. And so every time you wanted to use your standard go-to guitar pedal, which would be your Boss or Roland power adapter, you couldn't use it because it was the reverse.
You can buy those inverter pigtail things though that'll convert it.
So you had to chuck one of those on the end, or
they went off. I thought they were a funny voltage, something like a 15 volt or something like that.
I think
some of their other stuff is like that.
Some of their stuff is.
Yeah, the little mixers have got a weird power supply. I know that. Because I've got a couple of Behringer mixers, the smaller ones, and the power supplies are ridiculously expensive when they finish, when they go.
Yeah. All right, so that's the Bogafoga. It's what is it now? 4 of those are now being released.
Yeah,
and some of them are in the wild now, so that's cool. People are starting to get them. Anyway,
the
moving on to the next. Another filter. This is another filter. This is called the Dude. It's pronounced Dude. DEUXD. It's pronounced Dude. I actually found out what something was pronounced before I actually showed it on the show. What's going on? This is a dual filter, a dual cutoff 12 HP eurorack filter that pairs beautifully. You have obviously stereo capabilities with this thing because it is a dual filter. And what do we got? We have got dual OTA style filters with selectable high pass and low pass per channel, each with dedicated cutoff and resonant knobs. You got this big knob in the middle. Daren likes that, which is backlit with a red LED, and that will primarily cut off.
A big knob at hand.
Yeah, nothing like a big knob. So what the big knob does is a primary cutoff control with outer cutoff knobs acting as relative offsets. So that's kind of like the master cutoff, and the other ones are offsets for it. You can sync both filters. It's a lot of big knob talking about this in here, which follows the big knob and FM signals in parallel. I'm going to start losing it in a minute.
I've seen bigger.
You've got these little switches there as well. You'll see on them. They can do things like oppose the right channel cutoff, moves inversely to the left. You've also got the stack split and sum, which provides a mono combining of both filters with dirty/filthy switch, which engages one of the 2 diode clipping saturation flavors, which is pretty cool. And you've got some normalized connections on this where audio coming in on filter 1 is normalized to filter 2. So you get mono to stereo routing. Audio input on side 2 is normalized to FM input on side 1, so you get audio rate stuff happening. Now, I like this idea. He's kind of thought these things through. There's bandpass mode, capability of patching output of one filter into the input of another, where one is on HP and the other one's on LP, and that gives you a variable bandpass effect. That's pretty clever. You can do that with other filters as well. And the cross-mod knob, card-wide cross-mod, enables you to route the output of each filter into a cutoff control of the opposite filter, enabling you to intense stereo modulation textures. He does kind of show you this a little bit on the video. I don't think we've got 11 minutes to watch it, but let's see what we've got here.
Hello, this is Adam Mayer of Mayer Music Machines. Today I'm going to be going over my brand new filter design called Dude. Dude is a a 100% analog dual VCF with built-in cross-modulation and global controls for stereo applications. Depending how you patch it, Dude can be configured in a number of ways, some of which I will showcase in this video. But first I'll do a quick overview of the panel layout. At its core, Dude has two fully analog filters. These filters are independent of one another but can be controlled together using the global cutoff knob. The left and rightmost sections on the panel represent the two independent filters. Each side has its own frequency cutoff and resonance control, low pass, high pass switch, audio input, output, and two CV input jacks. FM input jacks are connected to the attenuators directly above the input. These jacks are normal to the opposite side's audio input. This means with nothing patched in to the FM jack, you have access to pre-filter frequency modulation on both sides. The center section is where you'll find the global control. You can think of the global cutoff knob as an offset voltage source for both sides. This changes the cutoff point for both sides simultaneously relative to the position of the frequency knobs.
Use the force loop.
The response of the global knob can be set to one of two modes, sync and oppose. Sync will send an identical voltage signal to both sides, creating changes in parallel. When flipped to oppose, the voltage headed to the left filter will follow a normal left and right connection, while the filter on the right will receive an inverted signal. This is also true for the global cutoff CV input jack. This makes for super.
All right, we're going to get some Star Wars happening in a minute. Guys, what do you think of Dude?
Very cool. Yeah.
How much is it?
Sounded great, actually.
Yeah. All right, Andy. $289.
$289.
US.
Sounds great, doesn't
Oh,
it?
that's
Sounds
good.
lovely.
Yeah.
But there are lots of other dual filters out there. It's a crowded marketplace. You know, what was the one I was looking at the other day? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. See,
XPO.
so many, I forget what they're called. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I'm looking for another stereo filter. I've got QPass to go with the XPO, but if I'm honest, I'm getting a little bit. It always just sounds like the QPass. You know, it's the same. So I'd like to get another stereo
Another flavour.
filter. Actually, is it called the dual dagger filter? Is that what it is that I was looking at?
I forgot. Does QPass have FM on it?
You can frequency modulate it. Yeah, it's got loads of modulation inputs. The XPO has FM and cross mod built into it as well. I mean, they do sound fantastic together. And again, they both of them have got the stereo imaging thing, so you can modulate it and it really moves around. But sometimes I just think, it just sounds like blooming QPass again, and I'd like to see what the XPO can be like through different. I mean, I've had it going through the Behringer System 100 dual filters. You know, they're fine, but it's something that's a bit more growly and dirty.
Steady state fate.
Yeah,
Stereo dipole.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Stevie recommendation? Is it?
It sounds.
Is that dirty? Is it dirty?
Have a listen. You have to make your mind up because it's $299 GBP. But...
Yeah. But you basically get two filters. Yeah, I think this one sounds great. I might check it out more.
Or the WMD carbon, if you can still get it.
It's hard. You can pick them up second hand, but they're holding their second hand price.
Did Patching Panda have a two-stage?
Yeah, they had a moon phase, didn't they?
Moon phase, yeah. I always fancied that.
Yeah, it's all right.
There's a ton on Modular Grid. You could get literally lost.
Yeah, there are.
Rant and I are doing the same thing, just mind's boggling at the number of different dual filters that are available.
Some of them some of them are just basic dual filters, which you just patch in like you normally would with the filter.
Yeah,
but some of them are like bonkers, complete bonkers. So Andy, I would research before you bought.
Oh, for sure. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. But one of the things I did like about this though is musicability is kind of the important thing with some of these Eurorack modules. So I'm a big believer in some Eurorack modules can be like looking at them and functionality. It's like going to an engineer's workshop and you just like look at it and you just go, what? How do I use this thing? This is just like really, really difficult because they've just basically laid out all the engineer principles in front of you, connections and controls and things like that. And musically, it's kind of not making sense. This particular filter, I feel, is more musical in the sense that it's given you that master knob in the middle, and it's got that sort of bipolar control where you can actually sort of almost attenuate each filter based on their own separate frequency controls, and then you've got those extra features like the drift and the cross mod, and to me there was a couple of little cool things in there. Yes, it does tread on a few toes, like you said, Andy. But also, I think it adds some nice things of its own in. The one that I remember being pretty popular was the Schwayman one.
You're not going to get one of those for love nor money.
Yeah, if you can afford it. But apparently they were sought after in the day.
Yeah. And really expensive. Probably more expensive now than they were when they were actually, first made, because they are really sort.
They're all 5U too, right? Aren't all the Schwaymans 5U? So
no, there's some Eurorack ones.
Three.
They had some Eurorack ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could seriously, someone could probably remake the Schwayman stuff now, and I don't think anyone would be terribly upset anymore because I feel like we're kind of, we're starting to get to the point where, some of the stuff was really good. It needs to get in the hands of people as opposed to it being too rare to get in the hands of people, if that makes sense. I mean, that's my belief anyway. And there's not really going to be anyone out there to fight it, which is sad, but that's the truth. So
it depends where the intellectual property lies, unless Behringer just wants to do whatever they usually do. So.
Well, that's probably what they'll do. Yeah.
I mean, his estate might be willing to grant licenses to people if they want to.
Yeah.
They want to do it.
Do the right way. Yeah, exactly. Right. What else we got? We've got more. We have got a bunch of stuff coming out of Tenderfoot Electronics. So I'm going to kind of go through this in a block. These guys have launched a whole bunch of modules. This thing looks pretty cool. This is called the Morse. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 modules from these guys. So we'll start with the Morse. The Morse is a CV sender receiver with networked sequencer on it, and it has this paddle and a straight key with Wi-Fi, web chat, and live decode and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So this thing is a rhythmic decodes Morse CW code and sound source and the rhythmic gate generator. It functions as a training tool. It's got built-in web Wi-Fi chat. It's just weird. Don't really understand it, to be honest. But anyway, that one's offers live decoding of Morse code, basically, and integrated spectrum analysis with it. Then
the graphic looks like a Norelco Rototrack razor for your.
Yeah.
The
next one is the Combin 8, which is an 8-channel dual bus mixer, and it does exactly what you think it does, except it has 2 independent send and return buses, and it has real jumper enabled pre or post fader send selections. Plus, it can be chained together with other modules for scalability. That one's by the way, the previous module was $349. Sorry, I should go back. That was $349. This is $299. Next one we got, sorry, I've got to go quickly through these, is the Tetrad. The Tetrad is a quad harmonic generator. It's basically a 4 oscillator harmonic digital voice. Combines 4 oscillators with morphable wave shapes, focuses on harmonic relationships, supports a whole bunch of different subharmonic and harmonic modes, which include a user editable chord bank. And it also, the 4 oscillator outputs can be mixed into a cohesive single mono output if you want to simplify patching. That one's $349. I don't have any videos of these guys, so this is why I'm going quickly through them. The last one is the Chronicle. This thing looks bonkers, and it probably is. It's an 8-channel CV and gate sequencer. It does actually offer a bit more hands-on, like you can kind of, you get your fingers in and press these buttons, right? And it's kind of the point of this thing. So it's an 8x8 grid to handle up to 8 channels of CV and gate. It includes the following features. It has probability per step, ratchets, swing, microtonal root shifting, and real-time keyboard mode, which is interesting. Be nice if you could show that on the video. It is equipped with an SD card storage capable of holding up to 512 patterns. You can see the SD card in the top left next to the big black knob. You've got expandable sync capabilities, allowing multiple modules for larger performances. So it's chaining like the other modules are able to do. And that is it from the Tenderfoot. This is showcasing a kind of group of modules that they've released on modular grid. This particular one is $599. It's the most expensive out of the lot. By the way, just while we're on this one sings so much like the Maleko variegate and voltage block kind of feel to it. So I do like the layout of this, because one of the things I didn't like is, I've had a variegate 8+ for years. The layout's a bit annoying with it, because you kind of, with the variegate, you've got to select the channel you're on, and then you get all these weird sliders, and they've got different modes depending on what button you've pressed. This one seems to be a little bit more, I just want that on that channel.
Straightforward. Yeah.
So it seems to be a little bit more intuitive because it's matrix based.
I like the quick access to scales and modes. That's really clever.
Yeah. Some pricey stuff there. I think there's about $1,500 US worth of modules there. So,
They changed the faceplate design, haven't they, since Tenderfoot? Because that was originally sort of going black and gold, if I remember right.
They were, weren't they? Yeah. Yeah. I was just having a quick look on modular grid there.
And they seem to have a change in philosophy as well, because they made pretty straightforward modules that did our job. Whereas these seem to be going into the realms of quite complex things.
Yeah, it's got the institutional green color to it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of
instruments,
kind of weird
in the chat.
What was the thing that we showed last time from Tenderfoot? Was it it was the quantizer thing, wasn't it? It was a weird quantizer thing.
Last one I remember was, this is going back quite a bit though, because they had I think it was a simple 12-step sequencer.
12-step sequencer,
was the first one they released. Then an extension to that. A few other little ones, but like Andy said, it was sort of more down
cells,
simple.
which is like little buttons.
Yeah.
That
was
clicky
sequencer.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember showing that. Yeah, the cells.
It was all
with the
clicky
909 clicky buttons. Yeah.
And now they've changed the faceplate. And like Andy said, they've gone like way complex.
Some stuff's discontinued.
They've got ring modulators, VCAs.
What color is
attenuators.
Is that just a bad photo?
Institutional green. It's very soothing.
It's not quite military green. It's close.
It's like friggin' Chernobyl.
Almost khaki.
Yeah.
Yes.
Old-fashioned looking.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Old Soviet era.
Blue.
Yeah.
Is it plastic or is it metal?
I like the colour.
Plastic.
It's good.
We have a lot of prisons here that color, so.
Fiberglass resin. FR4.
Technically cheaper to manufacture than aluminium or aluminum if you're from a different part of the world, with the etching in them and the screen printing. So some modular people, by the way, when they do the plastic or the fiberglass, whatever, some of them are using recycled plastics. So that becomes actually quite a cool thing when you think about it. Like, throw your milk bottles out, all that sort of stuff, and it ends up being a Eurorack faceplate.
Yeah, they have to do something like that, because otherwise all the other chemical processes involved in gluing those layers together goes in the wrong direction for environment, if you know what I mean.
It does.
Yeah, no, they are trying to improve the PCB manufacturing world, its environmental credentials.
Yep,
including the Vactrol stuff, right? The cadmium stuff. So.
Including the Vactrol stuff, because they've worked out how to do Vactrols without using cadmium. Exactly. Yeah, and in fact, it's opened up a little sort of scope for them to make the Vactrols more controllable now, because before it was just reliant upon light, right? So you had to wait for the light to dissipate. Now you can control it in some sort of electronic way. All right, let's keep going. And last but not least is this. It came out this morning. It's the Stem Ripper from ALM Busy Circuits. Good on you guys. This is actually really cool. I like this. I like this a lot, and for a lot of reasons. Okay. And that is, let's say Brooksy is out doing one of his EMOMs, right? Yeah. And he's got a whole bunch of tracks that he wants to multi-track record, but he doesn't have his laptop with him. He doesn't have anything with him. He's got the guys at the front of house can do a stereo mix down for him. That's cool. They might be able to record that for him. But he might want to multi-track a whole bunch of stuff. This will do it. It's literally straight in your skiff, multi-track. It's quite a small module. It's
for size, that's cool.
Yeah, really, really small on the HP. Can't remember how many HP it is, sorry. It's 8-channel audio recorder on an SD card, and it saves separate files, of course, into a folder. And you can immediately then go back and chuck it into your DAW and edit it and things like that. Yeah. It also has an expander for it, a little 8-channel expander. Yeah.
Which makes it total of 8,
yeah.
I
think.
6 HP.
I was looking at this. I was watching the video on it. It popped up in my feed, and I was watching it, and I just suddenly thought, you have absolutely no need for this module, because I've got the.
You got the 1010.
Where is it? Where is it? There is the
Bitbox Micro.
Yep.
Yeah. Bitbox Micro. Yeah.
I've got a Bitbox Micro in there as well. And
a few other people have said the same thing, Andy.
And it's because I've got that, I can set every single channel on that and the stereo outputs to record, and it will record. So this is, this module, I suppose, is useful for people who perhaps haven't got that or are not prepared to make the outlay, because that blue box module is expensive. It's a commitment in cash, but it's blooming worth it. It really is. If you're into your eurorack, having that is a superb solution. And actually, even though it's screen driven, it's actually really easy to use in a live situation, and I've been doing for a considerable amount of time now, just well over a year, and it's it's great. But this little thing from ALM, it does fit into their system really nicely. That expander box means that you just put your sound sources through it and press record. So if you've already got alternative mixing facilities and you don't want to the outlay of something like a blue box, then this makes an awful lot of sense, really. I think it's going to be a very attractive module to quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
I love my Bitbox Micro, but if I'm using it for drum samples, then I can't use it as a recorder. So
that's also true. And I've had mixed success with trying to use the Bitbox Micro as a recorder at a gig. It just didn't work. So
like you can have some channels be sample out and some being record in. It's kind of clever.
You can, but trying to get that configured at an EMOM is not the easiest thing. So I've not used that. But the blue box mixer, you just record and arm them and off you go. It's really straightforward.
Yeah, I run the blue box desktop, so I say desktop. It's not even a little tiny thing, is it?
Yeah. But it's a superb device. man, it's like tumbleweed now.
The chat.
Ranzee's staring at
Sorry,
the
no,
screen.
we're just reading the chat. Yeah,
Well, there are
Yeah,
other cool
just
things too.
reading
I have a 16-channel stream recorder that I haven't used much lately, but I bought it. You can simultaneously record 16 channels to a micro SD card, and it's cool for like live jams in your studio or imams or whatever. If you want to stem it out, I never stem stuff out later. I just do it live. But it is cool if you want that for later screwing around with stuff. So.
Yeah, I stem everything for later when I'm recording, when I'm playing. Yeah.
So just going back to ALM, because I feel like, this is that little sort of tiny little thing, and they've been releasing a lot of stuff lately. And Matthew Allen, I don't know if you guys know, that's the founder of ALM. There's more people than just him. Really, really interesting history. Yeah. If you guys ever want to find out a bit about him, there's some cool videos on YouTube. He actually, he did physics. He studied physics, and he got some really interesting jobs, and actually became quite wealthy with some of the things that he invented over the years. Kind of burnt out, and then his love has always been synthesizers. So in the last 10, 15 years, that's what he's been doing. He's been making eurorack modules and synths and things like that. And his big sort of skill is writing DSP. So if you look at a lot of the ALM stuff, there's a lot of digital DSP type modules. Look at Sid Guts Deluxe, one of the earlier ones that he wrote. Things like that. The MCO, the effects module,
multiple digital oscillator.
Yeah, yep. The effects module that he's done, and also you will notice a lot of the stuff that he's done also is on VCV Rack. Obviously, that one won't be, but most of your stuff you can try it out on VCV Rack for very little coinage. Even Pamela's new workout, which is probably, I would say, it's probably his biggest selling module that he's got. Pamela's workout, Pamela's new workout, Pamela's pro workout. It's all different iterations of the same thing. A lot of people who have got. Have you got one, Andy?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Its place is decidedly wobbly now that I've got the XP32, because the XP32 will do all the things that Pamela's does. And so it's one of those modules where I'm thinking, well, it's not going to go anywhere just yet, but eventually it might be, well, I don't need this anymore and pass it on. I mean, it's done great work. And to be honest, I actually find the thing incredibly fiddly, if I'm honest. I can never quite remember what combination of button push and dial turn I need to get to a certain bit, and I get really irritated with it. But it does what it needs to do. I mean, it's good for sending clock around the system, but ultimately the XP32 with the Hermod is going to do absolutely all of that now. So again, I'm just going to hang fire and just see how effective the XP32 is going to be. But I do potentially see the Pamela's as losing its place, which is a shame because it's a great module. But I love.
Mate, someone else will buy it off you, I'm sure.
I like ALM stuff. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Don't worry
I love
about
Pam's new workout. The problem is the brightness on the screen. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Well, the Pro fixes that.
Yeah, I know. I wish they had fixed that originally, because it was already the second iteration. Don't mess the screen up, right?
Yeah. All right, so that's it for news. I'm pretty sure I'll just double check if we've got anything else. Nope, we've done news, and I think it's a good time right now to be launching the second clue of the Synth Quiz. So let's do that now while everyone's here. There's your second clue, chorus 3. I've actually typoed that. Sorry, chorus 3. I'll fix that. I'll fix it and I'll do it again, just because I know people are going to get really upset if it's not spelt right. Let's just fix it.
Wago's going to mad because that's a technicality there. So don't do that.
Sorry, it's an amendment. It's fine. Just wait for this to update. I actually wonder if it'll update live.
Nope.
Yes. Oh no.
That says Crows now.
It's still Crows.
See if it says. Reload. Oh. Come and do it, Andy. There we go.
Crocus.
I didn't retype it. I'm just waiting for it to update. There you go. Chorus 3.
Yay.
Yay. That's your second clue, people. So there we go. What we might do now is something that a lot of people have been waiting for maybe a month or so, and that is this. Name That Synth is back! Yay! I can hear the crowd go wild. Actually, I can't. But, Name That Synth is back, and we've got a submission this week that we're going to play for you guys. If you guys have never, ever played Name That Synth before, there is a real prize that you can win, and that's Unify from Plugin Guru. Good on you, Skippy. Azio Head, I think, was the last guy that won it. So, good on you, Bert. And he can vouch that he's received his copy of Unify. And you get a bit, it's not just Unify, you get some libraries as a whole. It's kind of cool. It's a nice little bundle that you can get. Now, rules are you can have as many guesses as you like, and you chuck them in the chat, in the YouTube chat, that is. But it's your first guess, the one that counts. Okay, your first guess. So make your first guess the good one. The rest can just be for fun. And you've got. I'll give you an extra 30 seconds after the video finishes to count it down, so that you guys have got a bit longer to put your guesses in. Just helps with time syncing and all that sort of crap that goes on with YouTube. You know what YouTube's like. It's a little bit difficult to play with sometimes. And I'm just going to get that one lined up. Okay, good. All right, are we ready? I'm going to mute everybody and we'll watch the video. Here we go. Extra 30 seconds for everybody. Put your guesses in. Ooh. Hey, what we're not doing that again. All right, time is up. I'll write time is up in the chat. Time is up, everyone. Sorry, anyone after time is up in the chat is out. Put your guesses in, and there's a few guesses that have gone in. You guys enjoy that? I thought that was pretty cool. Nice little 80s sort of vibe. Yeah?
Yeah, it's wicked.
Yep.
Who is it from, Ranzee? It looked very much like a Ben Edwards video, a Benj.
So this is I think the second one or the third one. I'm not quite sure if he's done more than one or two before. He's definitely done more than one. It's Tristan that submitted it this week. So good on you, Tristan.
Thank you.
Now I want to, before we reveal it, I actually want to share with you guys something that Tristan wrote to me about in his email, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful what he said. He said, since I've been making comments lately about how the show has had lower view counts and chat counts, he wanted to share some feedback about the Synth Geekery show. He says, I've watched many of the synth-related shows, and while a few are entertaining and insightful, I genuinely believe that yours, as in Synth Geekery, strikes the perfect balance between thorough coverage of new gear, rigorous discussion of technical aspects, and attention to creative and artistic considerations. I think we all have noticed the sharp decline in overall in all the synth shows since the surge after the pandemic, and this has happened many other shows, including the dominant ones as well. And he says that they've become less rigorous and less engaging, and they've also seem to be more focused on ad revenue making and building their own personal networks, is something that he's noticed. Synth Geekery has never taken that path, and he believes that this ethic is what makes it the best synth show on the internet. Please do not stop doing it. He said, thank you very much and have a great day. Good on you, Tristan. Good on you, mate.
Good on you.
Appreciate
Tristan.
that.
Nice mate. Yeah.
The
All
fact
right.
that half of you don't know what it's
Appreciate
makes it fun.
Yeah. Right, we will review. Let's go back to the chatty so I can see what people have said. Heaps of people have put some the guesses in, so we'll review the answer. Here we go.
Oh, I wasn't miles off.
Wow.
I wasn't miles off. Wow. Some people would say I'm miles off, but
Got it, Tristan. Tricky man.
I got the right design.
I don't think anyone got that. I'm going through. There's a couple of closies, like the Probe's got the Korg Poly 6. I think that's pretty close. But it's no cigar, unfortunately, Probes. You got the DSI Mofo. So you got the DSI Vobes there, Chris.
Yeah, I got the vibes.
You got the vibes. I can't see anyone writing Prophet 5 in here.
No.
Yeah, I think Chris is like the closest, actually. Yeah. And Brooksy, you went with the DW8000. So a few people had Korg vibes.
See, I didn't. I've owned 6,000 and 8,000. It didn't sound like a 6,000 or 8,000 to me. But then again, I didn't put a guess in because I could anything. so at least you put one in, Andy.
Well, guess who wins? Tristan.
Chris?
Tristan wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tristan wins because he's cracked all of you guys with his videos. So Tristan, fill out
won
the
before, right? I thought he's won before.
If he hasn't won before, then fill out the entry form on the Ranzee.com website. I'll just quickly bring it up so you guys can see where it is. Here we go. So just head on over to Ranzee.com, click on Name That Synth over on the menu here, and scroll down and fill out the winner registration form here and submit that. And I will send that information off to Skippy. All good. Beautiful. Good on you, mate. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. Had a nice... Actually, you know what? I actually, when I first heard it, I thought it was a digital synth. So I was probably with Andy.
It sounded very, kind of very
with that
clean,
sort of,
didn't
it had a digital sort of raspiness about it. So he did well in disguising the analog overtures with the Curtis chips.
The DSIs have digital oscillators for the most part, depending which one you have. So
yeah,
that was a Prophet 5 module, so that's analog.
That's got VCOs. Yeah, that one has the Curtis chips. Yep.
He didn't lean on the resonance of the filter.
He was clever. Very clever. Yeah. Guys, I say it each time. Anyone who puts a Name That Synth in has done a great job because they've actually got themselves behind that synth, and to do a little video. It's not terribly difficult to do this, but to do a little video, and you're sort of while you're doing it, you're discovering, why you bought that synth. You're discovering it again. You're kind of getting, intimate with it and using it. Maybe it's a synth that you haven't used for a while. I've got a couple that I've got in mind that I might do for Name That Synth because for various reasons. Some because I want to pull them back out again and use again, and others because I feel like they'll be a good troll for the show.
Your devious sense of humor.
Do you know the modular demo?
Didn't I cop it for that? Jeez. I tell you what.
Oh yeah.
Never hit into that one. Yeah, so that's it.
Well, you did modular for a Name That Synth.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Name That Synth.
He made it sound suitably naff.
My modular.
my crazy modular. No, I did the Behringer 2500 modules. They were all one series of modules.
That's cool.
Yeah. We are going to head over and have a look at the used stuff now because Price Watch is that. Andy, you are going to enjoy Price Watch this week.
Yeah.
If you are into drum machines, you may want to get yourself a Univox SR95, which is the same as the Korg Mini Pops, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
Jean-Michel Jarre, Oxygene, off you go. 550 buy it now, so this is actually live on eBay. So you can get this, and we've got some photos on eBay we can go and have a look at. Is it that button? It is. So let's click on that. Wow, I got it right for the first time, Chris.
Yay.
I've got a feeling we've shown this before, but anyway, maybe it's the second sucker to salve.
Ooh, which one? One of them was circled.
Yeah, was it the Mambo?
Yeah, it was
Circle.
Yeah, Mambo.
I thought we'd shown this before. Maybe this guy's
we did.
relisted it.
Yeah, Mambo.
This guy's relisting it. There you go. Wow.
It's a shame that he's marked.
Yeah, it is a shame. Second sucker to salve for this guy.
Yeah.
That's okay. So it's relisting. So there you go. Whoever missed out on getting it last time, it's back up. I'm going to do another one, and that is this one. Another drum machine. This is a rare analog drum machine called the Rhythm Jax, and it was made in 1968. I've never heard of this. Anyone?
No.
If Kent's around, please tell me.
Basement jacks, yes, but not rhythm jacks.
This is also on eBay. It's ready to rock and roll. There we go. $478 US for this. I mean, look at this thing. Not the greatest photos. You could have turned the lights on. You've got...
Yeah.
What the hell have you got? Some really weird collections of stuff down the bottom. Waltz, slow rock. I can't even read some of this stuff. It's just really difficult to read. Tango. Does that say teen? I think that says teen.
Teen, yeah.
Teen.
Wow.
Yeah. Teen.
Teeny bop.
Yeah, teen rhythms.
Mambo,
Wow, I haven't heard that
Mambo.
for a while. And then you've got this little switch thing here, which then you can select between, march or standards. So I guess this is probably some sort of rhythm swingy sort of thing. Interesting little thing, isn't it? Anyway, let's have a look at some more photos. Oh, wait, we turn the lights on here. There we go. We can read it now.
Hey, you found the light switch.
Yeah.
There's hope.
Slow. Cool. Is that a cool? Yeah, there's one. There's an option for the cool rhythm.
Yep, cool and twist.
Make it
slow rock.
Cool.
Make it. There should be a dedicated.
Syncopated.
button
Oh,
that
you can
says
do.
make it cooler.
Could do some Gene Krupa if you want to, with some syncopated
Viennese?
stuff.
Wow.
Viennese.
Some hot. Let's have hot.
This looks like something that you'd find at an auction, you know what I mean? With all the dusty cables on
Oh
top.
yeah.
Yeah.
Garage.
And you
So,
come home and you've
That
got...
has been stuck in a garage, hasn't it?
Yeah. You come home
It
and
has really, yeah.
picked up some sort of weird disease.
Tetanus shot applied.
Give it a wipe over first, wouldn't you?
You give it more than a wipe over, mate.
I'd give it a hose down first.
Agent friggin'
I
orange.
could do a
wipe
microscope
over.
show on that thing. It's, yeah.
I know, I've never ever heard of that, and that would be interesting to hear what it sounds like. Anyway, that's that. The Rhythm Jax. I hope it doesn't jacks us off. Anyway, the Yamaha RX7 is
nice.
the next one.
Very classy.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
This is actually really good. You should, if you can get your hands on one of these, they're actually pretty cool. I wonder if it comes with a little dude down here.
So much like the RX5, doesn't it?
I hope so.
Yeah, I like the RX5 better. This is cool though.
The RX5's got more. Oh, it's got individual sliders.
How
the
hard is
RX5
it? Sorry, Andy, you go.
I was going to say, I thought the RX5 had touch-sensitive pads, I think. I don't think the RX7 does.
I think you're right.
Velocity,
I had it. I'm pretty sure I had an RX5.
But how hard is it to get your photos in focus?
Oh, focus, buddy. Focus.
Look, do you want lights or do you want focus? Pick one. Right?
Different guy, mate. This guy's got
Yeah,
lights.
you can't have everything.
The little dude's in focus. The little dude down the bottom here. He's
This
in
is not
focus.
schmutz all over it, so you know.
Did you put that in for
Look, you're lucky
scale?
you've got it in
Not
colour.
helping.
Darren's complaining
fact
that
they sort of
the whole
looking
show's
at
in
us.
black and white for him.
It's got a little character too. See a little guy down there?
Yeah, that's what I said. He's in focus.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cartridge, yeah.
So an
He's
RX7,
photo bombing.
352 US schmackerinis, if you want to get one of those. And for those who want to be like Rant and have the coolest synth in the world, you guys can get yourself a CS1X. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's
Australian
from-
Harvey. So 500
Yeah.
quid.
500, 600 quid. 550
It costs
quid.
that, and you?
Yeah, it would have. I would have got mine for less than that back in the day.
Yeah, because I think the AO that was about 500
Was it?
and something quid, and the
Yeah,
AM1X
This is the
was
61 key, not the
49
49 key version.
I got the 61. It's above,
Yeah.
back in the corner.
I have the 49.
This has got the trademark yellowed keys. By the way, I have never smoked. My keys are yellowed, so it has nothing to do with smoking. If you're wondering,
It's a UV light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my AN1X is not yellowed.
yeah, because they're better quality. The AN1X.
They have a key treatment thing you can put on there to get the
What's
white.
with all this crap all over the pictures? Like with friggin' category growth
Looks like
award.
my teeth too.
What's a category growth award, Andy?
Wow.
This is going
That's
past
the
your
green
green
check
ticks.
marks.
He's been down
I
at
want
the
the green
club.
checks. Yeah, that's the.
He's seen someone he likes. He's got a category growth.
Oh, filth.
Is it what is interesting about this synth, right? Is the wedge on the left,
Yeah,
right?
the angles.
But on the right,
Stealth.
it's no
bomber
wedge. It's just like, we'll just do it on one side.
I
'cause it
I
looks
think I've
cool.
done that I think I've done that once accidentally in CAD.
Is the bottom
Looks
for
like
those
that.
playing along at home,
Oh, when he sent it off to the plan, he forgot to put, oh no.
mate? If you were performing
Right,
on stage
that's always going to stay.
and you had that, you would be the coolest kid. You really would. You would be so cool.
That's exactly the same. The AM1X is exactly the same, apart from the engine and everything inside.
Yeah, so that's got
Yeah, they use the same shell.
That's got the AW2 or AW1 synth engine in it, whatever.
AWM2.
And on top of that, it actually has the XG, which was the alternative Yamaha's alternative MIDI,
General MIDI.
General MIDI.
Yeah.
Yep.
which you can actually do some pretty cool things with it, with the XG engine in it. So, yeah.
Well, they did this
there's mine there.
too, didn't they? Which was in silver.
Look, there it is.
Hello.
CS1X.
So they're all
The
blue,
CS2X is cleaner, but it's I like the 1X better. It's a little more grungy.
Mine's missing a knob, and my daughter stole it, and I think she might have even swallowed it. This is when she was like probably 2 or something. So
Oh dear.
she doesn't. I spoke to her about it recently. She doesn't remember doing it, and I said, well, I'm just going to keep saying that story, and you'll just have to remember it. I'm pretty sure she did. I'm pretty sure she ate it. Anyway, yeah. What would you guys get? The second sucker, the Sav SR95, the weird reverb rhythm jacks thing. That's weird.
RX7 for me.
No.
that's into teens, obviously, so be careful of that. Yamaha RX-7, which is the coolest drum machine ever made. Not really. Or the CS1X. Robbie's holding his finger.
Well, if you've still got yours, then
CX1X for me.
I tell you right now, you guys will not be disappointed with the CS1X. And you will not be disappointed with the RX-7 either.
Yeah, but would you that or the AM1X? Because when I went to get
they're totally different machines, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
exactly. But I went to get the CA1X.
They
haven't got any left. He said, "Oh, we've got is this one here." I went, "Oh, it looks the same. I'll have that." Then what is it?
The good old Daren. Yeah.
The AN1X is a VA, and the CS1X is a Rompler, basically.
Yeah, the CS1X is their version of the DW8000, basically. So it's,
except without any analog in it at all.
Yeah,
because the DW8000 had analog filters in it.
Analog filters,
yeah,
it did.
Probes wants either of the Yamahas. Cool, good on you, Probes. The Teen Tango Box says Smithy. Be careful of that, buddy.
Do you still do the SH101 price tracking?
I have.
Second-hand prices.
Yeah, I have done it. I haven't updated it for about a month or so. Are you interested in having a look?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've got one up there that's all nicely working and everything.
Right. Let me.
Of course, I'm interested.
Let me see if I can find the graph. How many weeks ago did we do that, boys? Do you remember?
It's been a while.
At least 4.
6 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, sounds right.
Talk amongst yourselves while I find it in my folder of crap here.
If you want to see a funny video, check out the Jexus's CS2X video. It's very entertaining.
Have I told?
That is pretty cool.
I was going to say, have I told my SH101 story on here?
Possibly, but there's tell it again.
Oh, you bought it back, right? You sold it and bought it back?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I won't go over that
really
again.
That's really cool, though. No,
it was
really cool, though, Andy, that your friend did that. Did that for you. It's great.
It was amazing. He just said, "Well, think of it as I'm returning. You're returning a deposit." Oh, yeah, well, okay, fair enough.
What was the thing you bought from Ian Body? What was that?
Oh no, Ian Body sold me. It wasn't his synth.
It wasn't, okay.
Ian Body was working in Rock City, I think it was called, in Newcastle upon Tyne, and I bought the Pro One.
Pro One.
It was just sitting on a shelf. Nobody was looking at it, and I went straight over to it, and he said, "Ooh, I see you've taken an interest in that." So I don't know who was the original owner. The original owner had taken the wooden end cheeks off, so it would fit into a case that he'd obviously got. So I had it for years before I even knew that it was supposed to have wooden end cheeks. So I had the wooden end cheeks on this one made after Kent had restored it. So,
yeah, it's been sponged.
So yeah, it's been sponged. They've both been sponged. They've both very much been sponged. Thank you, Kent, for your expertise on those. There's only one slight problem with the SH101, and that's the power switch is completely gone, and Ken couldn't sort it out, and he couldn't find a spare, so it's just permanently on. Yeah, so it's just permanently on. So
do you know Ian Body, Andy? Because
not really personally. I mean, I it was one of those people who would say hi to me when I would go into Rock City, and I've spoken to him since and reminded him of going to see Sir. But I'm not, I'm not personally. I wouldn't call him, a friend or anything like that.
Yeah, we used to be part of the same. Yeah, we used to be part of the same composer group in Newcastle. I used to go over.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy. He's a really nice guy.
He is. I always have a chat. Always have a chat with him at Synth Fest when he's there with his.
Yes. Yeah, me too.
Record label, tone.
Yeah.
So there's your graph, Eddie. That's 12 months.
Record label.
that goes from July 2024 up to July 2025. So it's only a month out.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And what it shows you is, I think the big thing that we noticed was that do not sell your SH101 on eBay.
Yeah.
No.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The reverb is so much.
Reverb is so much
money
better.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is why would eBay prices be so much lower than reverb prices?
Yeah.
I think it's to do with the platform, the way the platform works. So, for example, you've got the auction, and the auction you have to set people, maybe they're desperate to sell their gear.
Oh,
They might not
yeah.
set the reserve price high enough, and it just goes
So
less.
on reverb, you just stick it on and say it's 1,500 quid.
Yep.
Are those prices in Australian dollars?
No, these are US dollars.
These are US dollars.
Yep, and they are all based on averages. So each month, what I do is I go through and I total up all of the sales for each month on each of the platforms, and then I divide it by the total number. So give you some
crazy.
average.
I mean, even though that $2,000, or say 1,500 UK pounds, give or take, and that's still crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still good.
As someone who doesn't sell anything, does eBay and Reverb charge the same selling fees?
Reverb
No.
Reverb are more expensive.
Reverb's
More expensive.
well,
Yeah.
no, eBay are more expensive here.
Well, okay, so
Because
technically eBay are more expensive, but if you take the PayPal side of it out of Reverb are cheaper. But because Reverb force you to use PayPal, you actually get fees from PayPal. Whereas eBay can actually direct bank transfer the earnings.
No, here in the UK, it's still PayPal on both platforms.
For your point, you'll probably find Reverb cheaper, but because of that one little thing in Australia and in the US, eBay will do a bank transfer. It doesn't cost anything to do the bank transfer. You actually save a stack of money on fees, because PayPal fees are like an extortion. The amount of fees they charge is crazy.
The other thing that's happened with eBay here in the last 6 months is that they charge the buyer a sort of additional fee they call it protection fee. It's just a complete rip-off.
It's like the mafia protection.
And you can't, you can't not have it either. So that costs about 5 or 6%, something on top of everything as well. There's no way around it. So
it's racketeering.
eBay sales here are decreasing. It is, yeah. I find that I sell less stuff on Reverb, and it takes longer to sell. So if you want a quick sale, you use probably eBay. But overall the fees are more.
Well, eBay and PayPal used to be joined. I think they're part of the same company, right?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. You have to use it.
Don't think they are anymore.
Way
though.
back, yeah.
Not anymore.
No, they're not. PayPal was sold off.
eBay's owned by an Indian guy. I forget his name. He's like one of these massive tech entrepreneurs in India. Well, last time I checked eBay, maybe he sold it again, because I heard a rumor that he was thinking of selling it again, because eBay's kind of on the trajectory that way.
eBay is declining.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and I mean here it's things like Vinted and some of these other platforms that are selling clothes. You don't.
I have the most luck looking for all the price watch stuff on Reverb. A lot of eBay stuff is just boring, right?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I actually find some really, really weird and wonky deals on both, but generally speaking, the weirdest ones are on eBay. Just sort of it's kind of like a slight slant that way. And for two reasons. One is they can either be extremely cheap, like you saw with the SH101 stuff, or they can be extremely exuberant, like complete scam level stuff. But yeah. For me, I mean, speaking of Reverb, I finally got rid of or not in a bad way, but sold my D550, the Roland D550. So that's finally left. Yep.
Oh yeah.
And that was sold on Reverb, And so the fees and everything, I don't think I've paid my final invoice for that yet, but it was quite exuberant. So, yeah, I'm probably about $50 out of pocket in fees, which I think is, a little bit nasty, personally.
Yeah.
When
I saw my Korg 700, I got stiffed by eBay on fees. Much more so because it was like, it's a high price.
It's about 12%, isn't it?
But,
eBay? It's about 12%.
Yeah. Overall, but when you check everything, it works up to nearer 18 in real terms.
Well, that's because you got that PayPal shocking thing.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks, really. I don't like how they've done that to you guys. No. I mean, I wouldn't touch eBay. If it didn't have the bank transfer, I would have stayed away from eBay completely. But that bank transfer just makes it a little bit like, it's not too bad, but it's still not a lot. Like, it's still not very good. Your other option is Craigslist or Gumtree, and you're going to get scammed on those platforms. So,
oh God, I don't use those for stuff. I'm still selling 10 to 15 items a week on eBay, but we don't sell anything like that on. It's probably 2 or 3 items a month on Reverb, if I'm lucky. Nothing at the moment because basically the shop's closed.
Yeah, I never used my D550. So that was why people are saying in chat I would never sell it. I never used it. Like, I mean, I turned it on, used it a couple of times and things like that, mucked around with it, but I never used it.
Because you use the virtual stuff?
I used the Roland Cloud plugin if I ever use a D50 stuff, and it's exactly the same. I mean, you could argue there's a different DA in the back and all that sort of crap, but it's pretty much the same.
I like the D50. It's a good synth.
It's a great synth. It's great. Nothing
never,
wrong with it.
I never owned one, but I used one plenty of times in studios.
Yeah. But my rule of thumb, if it's sitting here and it just doesn't get used, it's out. It's got to go. It's it's money to be used for other stuff. It means now I've got some cash that I can use to buy some gear with. That's what it means. That modular. I will use. Maybe not. There is some modular stuff I want to get, and there is some desktop stuff I want to get. I actually bought a new mouse today.
Ooh. Yay!
Got a little MX Master from Logitech.
I've
been using the MX or the Laser series, the M series mice from Logitech for years, and then I had one that was probably about 12 years old, and one day it just died. It was working fine, everything fine, and then one day I turned my computer on and it was just completely dead. And I think it's the recharging, thing in it. But I then got this really cheap mouse from, I think it's a Corsair thing, and I used that for about a year, and I just got so sick of it. When you're trying to do precision stuff with your mouse, I just got so sick of it not being it just jump, and I just went, nah, you're gone. Today I went and bought one.
It's
once
interesting
you
because
used to a mouse, you kind of can't go back to another one. What do you do?
Well, it's got,
I'm the same one.
It's got that. See how it's got that little thumb platform there?
Ergonomic.
Yeah.
My
sister loves those as well.
There's a little button. There's a little button just there, right? And if you press that, and then you move the mouse up, down, left, right, it does. You can actually program it to do things on your computer. So, for example,
gestures.
If I press it and I pull it down, it'll minimize everything on my desktop within an instant.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a gesture. Yeah.
It's a gesture.
It's a Logitech.
You could do a mouse theremin with it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. It's got the.
I have a magic.
It's got the
filter.
The wheel that you can spin and it will go really, really fast. So you can do like really fast scrolling. It's got a little switch underneath it, which like a little brake, little handbrake.
Yeah, it's a little handbrake.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's so cute.
So you're gonna. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
I got one that does that.
It's still spinning.
I use just a regular mouse on a Shuttle Pro if I want all the fancy stuff.
Yeah, I'm using a wired mouse on a laptop. I do have a magic mouse, which I should use more, really.
I like my magic mouse. I know it's a lot of criticism, but I do like it when.
Except
but
for
you
one
can't
thing.
charge and use it.
Except for
Yes,
that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, and they still didn't fix it.
That is stupidity.
I know, it's annoying.
Stupid, yeah.
Oh, the charging port. Yeah, so you can't.
Is the Magic Mouse Is the Magic Mouse 2 exactly the same, apart from it's got a USB?
Look where the charging port is on the Logitech. Look where it is.
Lovely.
Yeah.
There.
Right.
So
Apple will decide when you need to have a different place.
Yeah.
The mouse needs a break, put it on its side, and charge it. You know,
it's not. I don't use. Guys are asking in chat. I use this for Windows PC. So that's the Windows PC mouse. That's the Apple mouse. I've got a Mac next to me, the Mac Mini. So I actually do. I could use the one keyboard and mouse for the whole thing. You can get apps like Synergy and things like that. When I do my show, and I'm running a whole bunch of stuff on here, I've found in the past it's caused things to crash. Or you guys might remember years ago, I used to lose my mouse pointer, and it would literally just disappear because it's a network thing. It would disconnect, and then you'd literally lose your keyboard completely, or your mouse completely. Yeah. You've got what? Yeah. So you've got to plug something in and find it. And during the middle of a show, you can't have that sort of shit. So I just went back to literally, I've got 2 physical keyboards here and 2 physical mice, and it's fail safe, right? Because they're both connected individually to each computer.
And in general, unless the mouse is really fancy with custom things, you can use anything on anything. I have a foldable Surface Pro mouse I've used on a Mac, so it's
Hey, we should quickly do this.
Yeah.
Ready, set. We've got about 15 minutes, I guess, of this. Ask us anything. I think there was a question. CM is still in the chat, so I think CM had a question earlier.
James was going to ask a question as well.
Yeah, so guys, now's your chance to ask questions. Sorry, we were talking about mice. Let's move on from that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that what I found doing lots of video editing the last fortnight is I'm left-handed and I use a wired mouse, but I also use the trackpad to do things at the same time. So I'm using both hands at once, and for me that works really, really well. What I am going to do is one of my big purchases in the new year is I'm going to buy a new laptop, new MacBook. I'm quite excited. And hopefully by the time I'll have an M5 MacBook out by then.
Yeah, new one.
Any experience?
I decided I do need to.
Okay. So James's question is: any experience with the RetroKit RK008? What's the one I've got? RK002, I think, isn't it?
Is that the hub or the calculator-looking thing?
I think it's the calculator-looking thing, isn't it?
Yeah. The sequencer.
So is that the recent one? No, the really recent one?
I think he launched it at Super Booth a couple of years ago. Retro. Let's get it up anyway. It is, it's the calculator-looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a small SP404, but it's just a sequencer. So. Looks cool. I had on my list for a while.
Wonder if it's going to be a WebP photo.
Your favorite.
Of course it is.
Screen capture.
Die.
Yeah.
Die is slow death.
That's why I do WebP. Screen capture all the time.
Yeah.
It's fine. I haven't got a problem with WebP. It's just this software that I'm using to stream with. They haven't updated it. They haven't updated it because they're tight asses. They're happy to take your money. All right.
It's so simple to add a format too. That's very silly. They can't just add it.
It's apparently it's a license thing. That's what they're saying. All right, so that is the RetroKit RK008. Like you said, Andy, it's the calculator-looking thing. It is an 8 multi-length track MIDI recorder. There's a bunch of other things that it can do as well, because he does that sort of firmware hacking where he puts a whole bunch of other features and stuff. I have no.
The thing that's based on the Oasis MMT8 sequencer.
It's kind of like an MMT8, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Did you?
But way fancier.
Did anyone go to? No, none of you guys went to Superbooth, did you?
No,
I didn't go. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. So this is 350 to 390 euros to buy. So this is not exactly a, you know, a lot of the retro kit stuff is actually quite inexpensive, but this one's quite a flagship.
But it's
thing.
park bench compatible.
Yeah. So that you're thinking about the Alesis MMT8.
MMT8. Those are cool. I have a couple of those. Yeah.
Road feed tracks on one of those.
So he says on his website something about you had to stop the performance of an MMT8 to do like nifty operations like quantize and swing and transpose before you could go back and then add those features into your performance. Whereas this thing does it on the fly.
Things based on 8-bit micros used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
One thing at a time, buddy.
So none of us, unfortunately, James, is the answer to your question. I'm sorry about that.
You can use an iPad.
Sorry.
But
one.
Gert is sometimes in the chat. So
he has been earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do check him out. He's usually frequents the show like weekly. So you know if you do see him in the chat, you know, Gert's his name. He's from. I think he lives in the Netherlands, if I remember rightly. Lives in Amsterdam. But yeah, I was kind of. I remember when he launched it. I was pretty excited about it, and we had him on, and he couldn't get his Zoom call to work.
Oh yeah, technical issues.
Yeah.
That company's good though. They make cool stuff. The smart MIDI cables and the hubs.
Yeah, the MIDI cables.
They make a lot of cool stuff. I like.
Yeah,
that.
I've got a few of their little bits and pieces. Yeah, I actually really like the retro kit stuff. One of the cool things he did really early in the piece was he made those. So if you had one of the original Volcas,
the vocal drum.
He
the
made
vocal
that.
sample. Sorry, vocal sample.
Yeah. So the original Volca Sample 1, he had the cable where it would split out all the samples so that you could play them.
You can map it on your keys.
I remember that.
Yeah, because it's a different channel.
That's why I bought it.
That was clever.
Yeah,
that was clever.
It's just serial.
But the cable can be used for other stuff. You can program it for other tasks too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I should dig it out. It's in the drawer somewhere. It's an orange thing. Orange cable. Yeah. It's got a little USB thing on the side of it.
Well, it's that whole Dutch thing, right? The color orange, you know.
Oh yeah, the Netherlands, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's their soccer team.
Yeah.
Yes, don't talk to the English about that. They don't like it.
No.
Question from M Block: any news on the Richard H. Kirk equipment sales? I have no idea about that. I haven't heard anything, so you probably have more information on it than I do. I didn't know. I didn't realize they were selling stuff up. I know that he had sold off an awful lot of stuff whilst he was alive. He'd completely closed down Western Works studio and had moved everything to his home that he was going to use, and went very much to the computer, which I think a lot of people did. I mean, I was fortunate enough to visit Western Works, and it was a really big space. There were, you know, with an awful lot of stuff in it, including, I mean, the most amazing thing was the massive amount of tapes that were in there, just in storage. So,
wow.
But no, I've heard nothing. I'm sorry, Mr. Block, I've not heard anything.
There you go. It's a good one. Let me.
CM's question was, what's the best synth of 2025 under £500?
That's right. That's right.
$500.
That's what it was.
2025.
So this year.
This year. Bloody hell.
£500 or 500 US? Because that's a different price.
I think it had a dollar sign, if I remember correctly.
So let's do US, okay?
Wow.
So the Synth Critical's out.
What is
I would say JDXI if you can still get them, but you know.
I reckon Hydrasynth.
For trucks.
Hydrasynth. the
Explorer, yeah, the
Explorer.
Explorer.
I'd say that's a go-to.
Yeah.
Module, yeah. The module's good.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Or the Mini Freak in a similar.
Mini
similar
Freak.
sort
I was
of
going to say
condition.
Mini
Yeah,
Freak
Mini Freak's good,
is
yeah.
right up on top of my list at the moment to get.
Yeah.
Can't wait
However,
to
you
go
have to
there.
handle
I spent
mini
ages-
keys. Not everyone likes mini keys, so
I don't care.
you
I
know.
don't
Yeah,
care.
mini key. I
I
find
don't
mini
either.
keys
I love
okay.
them.
I mean,
Really good fun.
Some people hate
Yeah.
them.
Really good fun.
Oh, 500 Aussie. Well,
Yeah.
makes it a bit
Now
less,
it's got a
mate.
vocoder.
Oh,
you-
That's
you can't-
250 quid.
Yeah, you're not gonna
That's
get much
harder.
for 500 Aussie, mate.
Then you're looking Behringer.
Timberwolf.
You just
Behringer.
got to
Oh, okay. Yes.
really.
Get a Timberwolf.
Pro 800's over.
Pro
500,
800's
isn't it? That's
Pro
600.
800 is pretty good. You might be able to get one.
Pro 800. Yeah, I mean, you can. I think that's listed at about 280 quid at the minute. I mean, for an 8-voice analog, that's just amazing.
It is actually
Yeah.
really good, and it's got
Yeah,
the
it is.
the
Yeah.
Gligly mod on it, which means all the the envelopes can be done properly with exponential curves.
Have you got the 800 runs?
I've got the 800, yeah.
Yep, I've got one too. Andrew.
The Neutron's great. You just
Yeah.
have to add a keyboard to it. So
Not really. The tuning of the oscillators on that thing does my head in.
you don't like it? I thought it was cool.
Nah. It's like you touch it and it's like it goes out of tune. It's like just want to throw it
No,
and make this sound.
I hate that.
Oh, yeah.
I like the continuous
I'll say-
morphing now. That's cool.
I'll say
tell you what's
XPO
good,
for that one.
Yeah,
that sort of
XPO.
price.
I agree with Brooksy.
Yeah,
The
the dollars.
Yamaha. It's the Yamaha thing that we've got, Andy.
The Donna Synth keys.
Little
Seek track.
Oh, the
You can't get them.
Seek track.
Seek track.
The cigarette.
Seek track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seek track. Seek
Seek
track.
track?
is brilliant.
Good.
Yeah, you can pick those up for
Absolutely
about
It is cool.
500. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not a great
Yeah.
keyboard. It's a great
No, it's not.
workstation.
Good
You need
groove
external-
box, yeah.
You need to use external
Yeah.
keyboard with it. But it's great. I love it.
How much is
Or
the
there's this if you can get hold of one.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't
Mini
know you had
Dex.
that.
Oh,
I
the
didn't
Mini
know
Dex.
you got one,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Good on you, buddy.
I'm
for getting one of
feeling a
those.
bit guilty about it, if I'm honest, because I've only played with it once. And
It's about as many times as I played with mine.
yeah,
I don't.
so,
I built one, but yeah.
I had to.
same as
You built your own. I had to go for this. I mean, basically, that's a almost a TX816.
I know, it's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's mad.
It's
So,
so cool.
I had to go for it. Although I'll tell you one thing, it's a fingerprint magnet. Look at it. Look at it's just you can't help.
Yeah.
Where did
Well,
you get
this,
it from,
I think Kickstarter. It was a Kickstarter thing. So one of those things I chucked to me 300 quid or whatever it was, and
waited a long time.
and then waited and basically forgot about it until I got a message saying that I owe import duties. So I had to pay another 60 quid of import duties on it. And blooming marvellous. That happened with the sample
VAT,
track as well, to be honest. But
Yeah, that happened. with
yeah,
the
well, I mean,
X
if
keys,
you
what
can,
talking
if you
about.
can get one of
That's
those,
the thing,
it's insanely powerful.
Chris and ours were DIY jobbers.
Yeah.
Aye.
Although, what what defeated me on it though, what made me not play with it, is when I went, okay, right, now here's all the sounds. Oh, there's 14,000 sounds. I'm gonna have to catalogue those. before I use it. So that was the end. That was the end. For me.
Yeah.
I will come back to it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, kind of killed the.
It's like
killed
my
the
little
vibe.
my little folder that I've got for SysX, and it's all DX7 SysX, right? And I went into it the other day, and I went, okay, I'm gonna upload some SysX to this little Mini Dex thing, and I started doing it, and I thought, okay, that's one patch. Oh no, this is gonna take forever. It's
like-
gonna take forever.
So was it taking a long time even over USB?
No, it was quick. Like each one was pretty
Put
quick.
it on an SD card.
But what it needs is it really needs a librarian to help it. Not there are DX7 librarians out there and things like that, but then you're doing that 8 times.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Can you fake it on there with folders? Can you make your own sets with folders, or does
You
it?
can,
does it not
it
need
can.
that?
It's a bit, it's a bit manual though to do that, right?
Yeah, and I have to admit, I did try to upload quite a few. I made a SD card with a lot on it, and it really bogged down starting up.
Yeah.
And they warned you about that. So you kind of have to curate them before you can put them in there.
You also have to
That's
have
how I used to make
a
playlists
beefy,
and MP3 players with folders. You know, you have to
have
do
a
it manually like that.
You have to have a beefy Raspberry Pi. That's what you have to have.
Yeah, that is there.
A Pi 4 or better, probably do you? What's in yours, Brooksy? Is it a Pi 4?
I have no idea.
It should tell you.
What?
It won't tell you on the box maybe, but it'll tell you on your product purchase.
It. Oh, okay.
No, it's
Rant, I don't know.
It's boots straight into Dex. It doesn't have the Pi.
No, it's
screen.
Nah, sorry, I can't answer that.
Yeah. I don't know. 500 Aussie is not a lot. Like 250 quid to buy a synth.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. Behringer,
Sorry,
they said,
Aussie dollars.
Behringer's probably the way to go. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Did you say the best synth of 2025, or just it can be any age?
He said 2025
this year.
Available this year.
Available for purchase. Yeah.
I would assume it means what you can buy new at the moment.
Yeah.
I just go on Store DJ and search
new K
synths.
Really cheap ones in UK too. That's really cheap.
Price range up to 500.
Any age. Right. So it can, as long as you can buy it now.
I really enjoyed the Mini Nova, but it's not common anymore. So
I don't think it's current anymore either.
You can pick a circuit up for about 250 quid second hand, can't you?
Are they still making circuits? There's the circuit
circuit track, circuit rhythm.
Circuit tracks, rhythm.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably buy a circuit tracks at some point in the future.
I mean, there's a lot of synths. There's a lot of synths, right? For that £250, 500 Oz. You could get the IK multimedia analog desktop. You could get the Modal electronic sculpt.
Wherever it is.
You
the
get,
Uno synth, yeah, that's pretty good.
There's all the Volkers.
Sculpt's not made anymore, though. Sculpt isn't made anymore.
Oh, okay.
You have to get it second hand.
The Strike Fet,
not doing the sculpt.
You could get a Strike Fet. That's pretty cool. All the Behringer desktop modules are in there. All the TDs and TD3s and TR6. The Behringer.
Also, Strike Fet's bi-timbral. A lot of those $500 or less are not monotimbral.
The K. Well, I've been looking at it as the K.
I'm going to probably sell my sculpt because I just don't use it and don't need it.
It's a good policy, mate, to have. Honestly, if you're not using it,
it's literally
just get rid of it. Someone else will make use of it.
I mean, it's a really nice little synth. It works pretty well with the instrument as well. The keyboard's crappy on it, but you can always use something external.
I mean, things like the Behringer Edge, I had so much fun with that thing. I know it's a clone of people get butthurt about Moog stuff, but I get butthurt about how much they charge for shit Moog. So, you know, I'm quite okay with it. The Behringer Edge was good fun. There was the Grind, there was the Spice,
Model 32, right?
And the Crave.
The Spice was interesting.
The Crave,
yeah.
The Crave was the first one.
At one point, I
140 quid,
all four of
Brooksy. £140 for a Crave.
I know.
For the Crave.
I know.
It's so cheap.
Smart.
Why wouldn't you? I've got to have at least.
Because I don't need one.
True.
It's the bottom line.
I get a modular now. Kind of like, I could reach past the modular to grab the edge, or I could just use the modular.
There's times I think, I could do that.
Guilty.
I hadn't realised for ages that the Crave was basically a repackaging of the Mother 32. I really hadn't.
Yeah. The Roland boxes.
I really hadn't.
Yeah.
And then of course all the rest of them. Then they've got another.
Oh, the Iris.
Yeah, Rolkas are great.
Yeah, those things. Those Roland little with the S and the J.
Oh, the Roland S1.
That's the
great.
P6.
The sampler is that? Yeah.
That's the sampler. That's the P6.
They are.
I mean,
good.
they're emom-tastic, aren't they? Those things.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you the S1 multiple times on email.
S1's the SH101, isn't it? Yeah. And then the J.
Yeah, I've used it for bass sounds.
And that's the other one. That's the voice one.
The voice
E4.
Yeah. They actually sync really well to the TRS-8.
The thing is, I haven't touched this for ages. I bet you it turns on.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah.
There you go.
Batteries last a long time.
Yeah, there you go.
It's completely park bench compatible. Darren's got a couple of these, haven't you, Daren?
Because eventually the batteries are going to go, but
I got Juno
chord synth.
Sweet, the sampler. Let's see if that turns on.
Yeah.
Juno.
Bang.
KO2. That's another good shout.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Although I'm a bit dark, aren't I?
The interesting thing about them is, sorry, go Daren.
I was going to say, see, like on the pictures for eBay and stuff, they were dark. I'm dark, so let me brighten myself up a bit. And even that is not bright enough.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There you go. Right, guys, guess what we're going to do? Third clue, and we're going to have some answers. Beats, rests. Beats, rests. I'm going to help you a bit.
Groovebox.
Yeah. Put your answers in. What do you think it is, guys? I reckon Wagoo's going to get it straight away.
Chorus 3. That chorus 3. That's it.
That's something. That chorus 3.
That chorus 3 should get you going a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't in Price Watch, I don't think. The theme is different, so.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be on Price Watch, big fella. Ooh, Wagoo's got his guess in. I'm rubbing my hands together. He's got his guess in, everybody.
I think Probes is in the right territory, but I think is the S1 the SH101?
The S1 is the SH101, yeah. Yeah.
Which is the one that's the drum machine and the synth voice?
Oh, that's the T.
Is that the
that's
T?
the T,
Is that
yeah.
I'm going to go T1.
TRS6, isn't it? TRS6?
I'll tell you what it is. It's the T6.
And then there's
T6, isn't it?
T6, is it? What? The one that's
a good shout.
That's got
Hang on,
808909.
Isn't it T1? I thought it was T1.
It could be T1. Hang on, give me a sec.
It's R8.
I have one
We're
somewhere.
all completely flummoxed.
Okay, you got J6, S1, P6, T8, E4.
T8 then is what
T8.
I mean.
It's like 160 pounds for a T8. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I go with Andy. T8.
It's the T8.
I'm with you on that.
I think,
or an S1. Could be an S1.
No, the P6 is good fun because you can whack any samples in it, and there's a whole bunch that you can actually play it as a granular synth as well, and you can also play the samples chromatically as well. It's actually probably the most flexible out of all of them in terms of what you can do with it, because you can load your own samples on it, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass putting samples on it though, by the way. And I think the T8 would probably be my second one I would get. I haven't got one yet, but I'll probably get one.
it could be something like that.
Is that your guess, is it?
Well, I'll put in. I'm sticking with the T8. I think is.
Yeah.
But you're going to tell us we're all wrong and say it's a.
Should we reveal it?
Hang on.
Yeah, put us out of our misery.
Go on then.
Good on you, Ian. You're just going with the flow, mate. All right, let's do it.
I am.
You guys are completely off the mark this week. Every single one of you. Like, and I don't even know why, but this is the synth that I was looking for.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Never would have guessed that.
No. Don't know enough about it.
So the
Yeah,
first
'cause it
clue
has a
was
sequencer, doesn't it?
First clue was octave select. Second clue was chorus 3. So you've got the chorus, and then you can select 3 because it's got 3 chorus modes. Beats and rest is part of the sequencer, and obviously that's the Elka Synthex. There you go.
Cool.
If your second clue was Jean-Michel Jarre, that would have made it easy, wouldn't it?
Laser harp.
Down, down.
No, he would have at least gone L star.
Look, just say Rendezvous. That's a Synthex album. So,
half god, half beast. You poor fella, mate. You should honestly go with what's in your head. Go with what's in your head, matey.
I knew it.
Instincts. Trust your instincts.
I had that the week that Wagyu got it wrong. I wasn't there.
See, Wagu's actually playing properly now. He's actually playing properly.
It's interesting.
Yeah, but when I was actually putting the quiz together, Wagu said beats and rest is something you wouldn't, think about with an Elka Synthex, but it does have a sequencer on it. And when I was looking at the manual today, and I was talking to Ian, I said, "Don't you love it when people put weird things in? Like they name things weirdly in synthesizers?" And I'm just like, I understand what beats and rests are, and it kind of makes sense, but there's a button that it's written the two above each other. Obviously, one's obviously a shift function to get to it, or I don't know, whatever it is. But it just kind of caught me when you look beats and rests, and I thought they're like competing ideas here.
The opposite of each other.
I just thought it was strange. Generally speaking, that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm doing my synth quiz. So if anyone wants to do one, that's a good way. That's a good way to sort of, if you find a synth manual and you think, "Ooh, that's some interesting terms that they've referred to that actually doesn't really mean that."
Open it up.
And hopefully people are playing properly and they're not Googling and, finding the answer quickly. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Beats and rests, cats and boots and beats and rests.
Why does it say chorus 3? I missed that part. I don't get the chorus 3 thing.
So you've got chorus, right? And there's that little chorus section, and then you've got 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, the 3 of them. Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of similar to Juno. You know how Juno's got 1 and 2?
Well, 1 and 2, and then you hit both, and you get the third.
Yeah. So it's kind of
that was what I was thinking when it said chorus 3. I was thinking of that double button push on the Junos. But the third clue, the beats, and it does have an octave selector, but when you said the beats and rest, I thought, well, that's counts that out. That doesn't even apply to the Juno 60 and its arpeggiator. So
yeah.
I thought maybe the JU6. So
yeah, it could be
have something to do with beats and rests in it. But
the
I didn't put that guess in.
The thing that's weird about it when you look at the octave selector. It's all done in, the old... Because Elka's an organ...
Feet.
Yeah, it's all done in feet.
Yeah.
And
32, 16, 8, 4,
all the
2.
Moogs do that.
Yeah.
All the Moogs do that for their oscillators. They're in footage.
Yeah.
I had a kid say to me once, how do I know what that means? And, so where is like C4, C1, C0, like where does that, reflect? It's actually a really good question.
Well, it's easy. You just Google it.
Yeah. Organ pipe lengths.
That's what I do.
Just go to church and
remember
look at the pipe
which
organ.
octave is which frequency. Yeah, I always Google it.
Yeah.
The answer is it has nothing to do with C0, C1, C3. Yeah.
No.
But generally speaking, the lower the number, the higher the number. Lower the number, the lower the octave. Higher the number, the higher the octave.
Pipe lengths.
You don't really need to know much more than that.
Yeah.
I feel like if you need to know more than that, then you can be nerdy about it if you want, but that should get you by. Like do a low number, it's going to be a low bassy sound to it. To a high number, it's going to be a high pitch sound. That's it.
Well, that's why people say they hate math, but like music are crazy because music is very mathematical. So
it's
ratios
absolutely very mathematical. Yeah.
Well, if you ever talk to a good maths teacher, they'll always tell you that some of their best math students are musicians.
Exactly.
Tempo.
Polymaths
and musicians.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter,
she's gonna musician then.
She's going to run rings around me when she graduates. But she
I was gonna
does.
say that explains it then.
She does high level maths already. She's doing her university entrance now, so she's doing high level maths. She's doing physics, and she's getting A's in her physics exams and stuff. And I never used to. I just used to pass them. I love physics, but she's just like friggin' kicking it out of the park. And then she does music. She's she goes to music lessons and things like that. So it doesn't surprise me at all. The brain works kind of in that sort of logic calculating sort of realm, right? And she hates
There's even that crazy
humanities.
thing with there's that crazy thing where you have the rhythms. As you speed up the rhythms, you get into the harmonic series. There's this weird stuff with speeding up rhythms really, really fast. I don't know if you saw that lecture the guy did. It was really interesting.
Okay.
Adam Neely did a great lecture on that. So.
What I find interesting, because she does physics right at the moment she's doing waveforms, and she's doing it again, but this time it's deeper than last year. They go into measuring waveforms and things like that. So they talk about all the basic stuff like how's a waveform measured, it's in what's frequency and all this stuff. And the other thing that they were talking about was you've got a time-based graph, right? And then you've got the other one which talks about period, right? So you can look at waveforms over a period, and to understand the difference. And some people never learn the other one; they learn, for example, that the wavelength is measured as the frequency goes up, the wavelength is shorter. All that sort of stuff. They learn that stuff, right? But they don't learn the period. The actual term period, and she was going over that with me in the homework the other day, and I was kind of like, well, periods are measured from the two peaks of the waveforms, and it's measured on a different thing. And the question that they ask is what gets me laughing, because they always, teachers, I don't know what's wrong with them, they must have a troll face when they're doing their little tests. They ask these questions in a way that just gets, the old man here going, what the fuck are you talking about, teacher? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And no wonder kids come home confused from school. They're like, especially logical kids, right? This is the rule. This is the calculation law. Now you're asking me a question, and like it crosses the boundaries of measuring periods versus measuring frequencies. Do you know what I mean? So with waveforms, they were trying to trick her, and the answer was that the question was incorrect. That was the answer. Oh. Bastard teacher.
Yes.
Bastard teacher. Yeah.
And that's not fair.
It's not fair.
Teaching, really, is it?
It's not teaching.
No.
Well, is it there to sort of make the point that nobody knows everything, and even the brightest student's going to struggle with that, and then going to go, see, there's a reason why I'm a teacher and you're not.
I never get that. That's what gets a teacher a blood nose from me.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Yeah. I remember my eldest doing maths at secondary school. I think he was probably about 13, and I said, "So what's it like being taught by Mr. So-and-so?" And even at 13, Matt would turn around and say, "Yeah, he's all right, but he's got holes in his knowledge." And for a 13-year-old to turn around and say that his maths teacher has got holes in his knowledge, I thought, wow,
They do, though.
He did go on. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, and obviously this guy couldn't cover it up. Yeah.
Well, because if you're lucky, you might get a teacher that's done like physics, right? You might get a teacher who's actually done a physics degree. If you're lucky, most likely what you're going to get is a teacher that's done a science degree and probably studied physics at high school, and they've got their teaching qualification.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part about it. Like, I know Brooksy, he's a teacher, right? So he knows exactly what I'm talking about. You get teachers who just aren't really deserving to be teaching.
What's a job? They phone it in. Some of them, yeah.
But sometimes schools, their hands are tied. They've got no choice. They've got to put these people in front of the kids and roll out the curriculum somehow. But that's why was it you say to Ian, your son or your?
Yeah, it's my son, my eldest son. Yeah.
That's why he said the teacher's got holes in his knowledge, because it's probably true.
Yeah. You're right though, because when I was program leader at the university for the course that I taught, I had about 15 tutors under me, and some of those people shouldn't be in front of students.
Mm.
You know, I can say that now because I'm no longer involved with the university. But you know, some of those people were not good teachers. You know.
Well, I've always loved science, and I had terrible science teachers when I was younger, and I loved it anyway, so I just persevered. But with math, I had pre-calculus, calculus, and later, I had teachers that were amazing, and all of a sudden, I was like, "Wow, this stuff is really cool. I love this stuff." But if they teach it poorly, you don't want to learn it. That's
No, good teachers inspire. I mean, I remember that when I didn't have a particularly good time at secondary school. For 1 year, I had an English teacher who, this woman was, I can't even remember her name, but she was so inspiring that I went off and read loads of other literature that she recommended. And she still stayed with me. The other one, interesting enough, was my teacher. I had no interest in metalwork, but he was just a brilliant teacher.
Do you want to know who's a good teacher?
Go figure.
Yeah, we got him on the show right here, Brooksy. He's a fucking good teacher.
Yeah.
Seriously. He's taught me shit. Because you've taught me shit over the years. And you've just got a natural ability to do it, mate.
But I'm in that position that actually you've been describing, that Ian's just mentioned, because I'm actually teaching quite often a subject which is not my strength at all. I'm a languages teacher and I've specialised in German and then French. Well, then they told me I had to teach Spanish, and I go, I don't know any bloody Spanish. So I had to go away and then learn Spanish as best I can.
Pobrecito.
I had to, I had to sort of do it one chapter at a time and keep myself a chapter ahead of the kids, and particularly once we've got up to them when doing their third year, then they're beginning to ask the sort of questions that I cannot answer. How would I say that? I'm going, well, actually, I don't know. You're going to look this up. And I actually have to be honest with them and say, look, that Spanish isn't my specialism.
I did too.
And rather than trying to cover it up with, I think, I say, I don't know, so let's find out. And I say, look, and I just have to say it. Yeah,
but at least you've done that. Some teachers try to hide it. At least you're honest.
Yeah, if you try and fluff it, then you're going to get caught out. Really.
When we got to reading books in Spanish, it was tough. We read Don Quixote, and I was like, "Wow, this is really hard."
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, it's not just that; it's also Spanish from 450 years ago. So it was published in 15. Was it 15? It's the same period.
Yeah.
He was writing at the same time as Shakespeare. He's a default microphone. Is it back? Right, okay. It's doing funny things. So Cervantes was alive at the same time as Shakespeare. He was a contemporary of Shakespeare, and it's also fascinating because Don Quixote is the first novel. It's the first ever novel. There'd never been a novel before Don Quixote. Right, everybody if they were writing long stories, they were written in verse, basically. The sagas, there is the prose Edda in Old Norse, but they're basically Beowulf is a poem. The Aeneid is a poem. The Odyssey and the Iliad, or they were plays and performed. We've got to remember that the rates of literacy were way lower, so people weren't going out reading stories as such in the way that they might do now. So the fact that Don Quixote wrote this, Miguel de Cervantes wrote this massive, and it is massive. It's a huge book, in that form of chapters, and published it like that was unique. It was really unique. And do you know what? It's actually brilliant. It's well worth reading and ploughing your way through it. And it's killingly funny. Actually, as a book, it really is funny. Anyway, so that's this week's choice is go and read Don Quixote if you can really face it.
It's tough. In Spanish, it's tough.
In Spanish, it'd be really difficult. I've never tried it in Spanish.
It's not.
I have a recommendation for a book which is not out yet. It's not out till about 11th of next month, and that's a book called "The Men Who Created Winnie the Pooh."
The Men Who Created Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. It's about Alan.
A.A. Milne.
What's his surname? Alan Milne and Milne and Shepherd. Edward.
Was he the illustrator?
I'm about a third of the way through it, and it covers both their lives and how they met on working for a Punch magazine, and how they got through the First World War and stuff like that. It's really, really well written. You know,
there was a good film I saw. Good film I saw about the same person.
Yeah,
the Winnie Pooh guy.
Yeah, Alan Milne. Yeah, but they didn't like each other at first. They were both working for the same magazine, and they didn't meet each other till they'd been working there about 8 years. You know.
I remember there was a weird story about how the name Pooh came about too. I remember that.
I haven't got to that bit yet, but I'm sure there is.
You'll enjoy that. Yeah. I won't spoil it for you then.
Yeah.
I always thought it was great he wore a vest but no pants. So
so much.
We had children's characters in Australia banned because of the stupid woke society crap going on in our lands, because the characters didn't wear pants.
Look, they went crazy about the M&Ms when they made it less sexy. Come on. I mean, there's so much stupid crap out there.
Yeah.
Just ruining our world. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have to go, guys, because I've got to get up early in the morning. And next week, I don't have a show on unless I can find someone who wants to host it. So, yeah.
Henrik will probably fill in. Although, actually, Henrik, did you see Henrik's post recently? He's having some audio issues, so he may not be doing shows for us.
Henrik's out, so he's got a family thing on next week, so he's not available. So normally I would use Henrik, but yeah, I'll canvass a few people. There's a few people that I can ask, and I'll do it as a StreamYard show. I'd have everything ready for you guys, so you can just run it from there. But otherwise, we just won't have a show. I'm actually going to be in an area where there won't be any internet or anything. So
yeah, I will be within Ethernet, but I'll be at my dad's.
You going to Quokkas?
No, I'll be going there.
He's working.
Don't worry, you'll get to see Quokkas. I'll be going to do the Rottenness trip in December. So that's every year.
I had
December
an Uber passenger the other day who's from that area, and she loves Quokkas. So
yeah. Now this one is down south. We go down south. It's colder that way, hotter that way, opposite to you guys.
Good luck.
Yeah.
It's gonna be freezing.
Yeah, but there's nice little slow combustion.
Well, when you come
wood
back,
burning fires.
I was gonna say the fire.
Yes,
the fires.
So you're away next week.
Like a wood log fire.
Next week I'm away. Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah, most likely no show.
Well, when you come back, I won't be here for that show then because I'll be playing off the track, so I won't be here. So I'll be so I'll be 2 weeks.
And I won't be in a couple of weeks. I'm going to China, so I'll be away for a little while.
Nice.
So,
wow, cool. China. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll do live streams from there. If I get it to work, I'll do live streams from China.
Bring back some Beringer stuff for the rest of the world.
No,
visit the factory.
I'm nowhere near that guy's shit. No way. So.
All right, guys. We shall bid everyone farewell. Thanks, Brooksy. Thanks, Ian, Chris, Steve, Andy, Daren,
everybody,
and
Take care,
chatties.
everyone.
See you guys.
See you guys. Nice to see you all again.
Awesome, guys.
Bye.
Uru.
Great to see everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Yes. Andy, Ian, Ranzee.